Did you guys watch this Aisha speed show? Like when it was in Morocco and Algeria. Don't get me wrong, I love Morocco. I went to Morocco. I came back with 5 husbands. So
They called you Shakira or no? Or Beyonce?
I was very welcomed. But that does not negate the fact that it depends on which areas you're in. Like they were very, very welcoming to me, to be honest.
We listen, Moroccans, we're known for being hospitable. It's true. People who are racist are gonna tell you racist things. They're everywhere. I'm sure you encountered some wild things.
Yeah.
That's true for everywhere. People use that chip when they want to divide.
Yeah,
It's true.
that's true.
As someone who went to Morocco, I know that you felt welcome, like it was
Thank
warm.
you, yeah.
You know, because that's just in our culture. 100%.
Yeah.
We're known for that worldwide.
Like I was invited to this guy's house to meet his mom and sisters and eat food together. I didn't end up going because I didn't know the guy. I guess
Yeah.
the Western
Nigeria.
mind, my westernized mindset was like, oh, be careful.
And you're right. You're
Danger.
totally fair.
You know what I mean?
You
But
did
I
great.
spoke to someone else who was like, do you know what? That's just the hospitality of Moroccans. Like, it's nothing to be seen as, in a weird way. But to be honest, I wouldn't really go to someone's house that I don't really know.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something, Jess?
Wait.
Yes.
Hold on. We have somebody, Nabab. Hold your question, Nabab. What? Somebody new. What do you want to say, Nabab?
I wanted to ask, how many percent are black in Morocco actually?
Well, that's the thing. That's what I was just saying. Moroccans, I live in the US now. I grew up in Morocco. I came to the US. I never asked myself, I never realized how many black Moroccans, per se, quote unquote, there were, because we don't ask ourselves that question. You don't say, oh, that's a black Moroccan. Oh, that's a white Moroccan. That concept doesn't exist. Everyone's Moroccan. Some of them we have terms, and not all of them are like what you hear, like, oh, Arabs call black people certain terms. No, we have terms to describe the darkest shades of people in an endearing way. To
Okay.
describe a Moroccan in a dark way, but not black.
Okay, so help me understand that, because help me.
Like that's a word, like
Okay.
like red in tone, like dark.
Oh, you guys.
We have a lot of terms for shades.
Okay, so you guys.
Positive.
Okay, let me understand that.
Yes.
And the African, like, okay, for me, I grew up westernized. So
Yes.
so as you can see, that's why I would be like saying
Western Africa or Western
Western
world?
Western world.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I would use the term black, but even though I don't like to use it, I like to use brown, because I would always say the only thing that is black is like my beard. This
Yes.
is black. I'm like brown. So in Africa, you guys don't use black. You use more of the shade of the person. Like you use a different description to.
Yes. You
Okay.
may. That's my like. You would understand that that's someone with darker features.
Okay.
Shab is someone that's with lighter features, not lighter hair. It's or skin. It's like a look.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe.
It's
It's
okay.
a cultural thing almost.
Sharui. What is that, Sharui? Nabad.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why we care our color rather than our language or our continent?
Yeah, we
The
care
reason why
about
I'm
that
saying,
too.
the reason why I'm saying is this: I see a lot of African who say I'm black, but they don't speak our black language.
Okay, I'm African. I speak 7 languages fluently.
That's a good idea, but
You should be proud, and so do so many Africans. So that we're the best at that. We're smarter than all the rest of the world.
But you not only four African countries can speak their own language, official as a language or as a culture. Most West African they speak, French. The big country in Africa, Nigeria, speak English. So how can we?
No. We have our own language in Nigeria. What are you talking about? We have over 400 languages in Nigeria.
I know that. But which language is the first language in Nigeria?
That's the thing. Nigeria, we're full of different types of people,
There's Igbo
different,
people.
different ethnicity.
Hausa is the most language in Africa. In Nigeria.
English is just spoken because so that we can all kind of even it's not even English. It's even pidgin English mostly.
Okay.
Like so we can all understand each other. It's kind of like you got Swahili.
Okay.
So what? That's a flex. We speak everybody's language. What do you
I'll tell
mean?
you one thing. In
That's a
Ethiopia,
sign
they
of
have-
intelligence.
I'll tell you one thing. In Ethiopia, they have more language, but they just one. They don't use Italian. They don't use English. They don't use French. So, and also they don't say we are black. That means if you say you are black, I don't see a French guy saying I'm white. He say I'm French and I'm European. So why do we care about skin rather than our culture, our language, our content? Because African content is black, only black content.
It was what the white people put on us. Is that's how they categorized us.
Yeah.
So why you are
Early 19 in the early 20th century.
Guys, like up. Let's get the like up. Let's get the like
In the
up.
early
That is
20th century, or was it the 19th century? I can't remember. A group of whitey scientists came together and they basically labeled, they split the world up and they basically labeled everyone to say that if you were the closer to white Caucasian features, the more intelligent you seemed, and the closer to like Negroid features, the more less intelligent you seem. So that was spread all over the world. So it's that just that kind of way to categorize people, really. Yeah, and we've been kind of like whitewashed to believe that. Like we're not, to be honest, there's not really such a thing as a black and a white person because those are color.
Yeah, right.
We've kind of reduced ourselves to color. Really, there's not really such a thing as race if you think about it.
Blonde hair.
That's the race, man.
It's a concept. It's a concept.
That's bullshit, man. I'm telling you one thing. Why we care our color rather than our language or our African culture?
What should we? Okay, so not bad. What is then? I do understand because we were talking about languages earlier that and how there are so many different languages in the continent, and why isn't there a common language that everybody in Africa could communicate? Let's say, for example, in Europe, although not everybody would be able to speak English, but when it comes to the people who are in politics or who are in the position of power, they do speak English. And I'm not sure if it's like that, but if there would be a common African language, which language should that be? Should it be Arabic?
Swahili.
Swahili?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why though?
Why? Yeah.
Because that is was most language.
Guys, like up.
African language.
Get the likes up, yeah.
Most
Let's get the likes up. Okay.
in terms of how many people are speaking, how many countries.
Yeah, but pidgin English is just as wide as Swahili.
That's more English, That's not African country. That's the thing. African language.
Yeah, but why? Yeah, but
One language for
Caucasians can't understand pidgin English though. It's mixed with different.
one language for everyone wouldn't work because culture is like a web of culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Language is like a background, like the background is culture.
Yes.
And there's history and then there's layers to it. So you can't just have one language for everyone. That's why language developed the way it did.
True.
Yeah,
It's the same way that,
No, I'm not saying.
have one language too.
No, I'm saying like, okay, let's say for example, there's in Europe, there's every country, let's say Netherlands, Germany, France, all of these countries, they have their own they have their own personal language. But the thing is that they all have they speak the common language, which is English.
Because they're inbred.
Is English. It's a different situation. They speak English in order to be more global. Because when you think about like when you think about in position of power or position of economical growth, you need to be able to speak English. So should English be the language that is common for all African to, at least learn in school in order to have a certain level of confidence to be able to speak the language?
Definitely, but I think English is
Already?
widely spoken in Africa too right now.
Okay. Okay.
Most African countries know how to speak
The
English.
French is speaker than English in Africa.
No way, man.
23 countries are speaking in 24 countries are speaking French, bro.
Yeah, but it's not known by the
It's not
world.
worldwide, I know that. But why we use English? I'm telling you, in Nigeria they have a Hausa, Fulani language, Yoruba, Igbo language. They just one that's good, right? And then they like something like Ethiopia, Egypt.
Yeah.
Ethiopia they just in Amharic, Amharic African language.
Okay.
Most of people they say Somali are not say black. Somali speaking Somali language, bro, African language.
But that doesn't mean they
Somali,
forget.
nobody can speak Arabic or English.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that they forget their own language, huh? It means that they add this extra language so they can be able to
When you listen,
situate.
alphabet in Nigeria, 90% are English, bro.
Yeah, but that's
It's
Nigeria.
business. It's about business.
That's
It's views, you know.
They're cultural, so they say they are cultural.
yeah, I do understand. Okay.
Talk about culture, you have to talk about language because culture is beyond language, bro.
Right now, if it wasn't for English, we wouldn't be speaking to each other.
Stop.
That's
Yeah, but the thing, it's true. That is true.
Let's just be grateful for the gift of language.
True.
That's it. It's a knowledge. That's it.
Yeah,
Sure.
because in Asia they don't have like a one common language too, you know. It's a whole world, you know.
But they don't. But a lot of the time, most of the time, they will be able to understand English too. They will at least find a way. Wait, Yaz, there's a truck.
So we can't hear you.
Wait,
There's a truck. You're right. Hold on. Sorry.
I'm gonna mute you for a moment.
Yeah. Mute me, bro. Sorry.
All right. Okay. Yes, guys, let's get the likes up, y'all. There's many of you here. You guys can tap the screen as you're here. It's a blessing. Yeah. So you say, Estella, you would say the language that could be common language for the continent would be English or French?
To be honest, as much as it's great to understand each other, I think it's also great to have to still keep to still have that kind of like your cultural language as well, because we've seen a lot of the young people, a lot of them are not interested in their own languages anymore. Like, for example, my background is Yoruba, but I don't really know the deep Yoruba dialect and language and culture, and because technically when I moved to the West, I pretty much kind of lost my background a little bit. I'm still in touch with it through my mom and my dad and Nollywood and all that stuff. But in terms of how it would have been if I was back home in Nigeria or in the village, I would probably know more than what I know now. Even people in Nigeria, a lot of people losing their mother tongue because they believe that in order to be successful, you need to, speak English, and you need to have the you need to have the Queen's English, as they say.
Yeah.
And a lot of people losing that cultural touch and background, but that's why there's a lot of programs, especially on YouTube today. There's one called Maso Oyibo, means do not speak English, and it's like a game show where you win money the longer you speak in your language, which the game show is Yoruba. The longer you can stay and answer the questions in your language, you win a large amount of money, basically.
Interesting.
And that is kind of incentivizing young people to learn Yoruba, and it's really, yeah. I need to learn.
You need to learn it.
Funny enough, I wanted to learn those schools here. Can I just add this? For some reason, I just couldn't. My parents just, yeah, it just is what it is. So
Estelle, you should learn because that's what makes a spy a spy?
Yeah.
Like language.
Yeah.
Language is a weapon. Like English language wasn't created to be made against us. It's a weapon. When you know the language of the, I don't want to call anyone an enemy, but quote unquote, for the sake of this demonstration, when you know the language of the enemy, you can not only communicate with him and hit some soft spots, but you can read between the lines
Yeah.
when they speak. It's very useful.
Yeah,
It can never be a negative in any situation, you know?
Definitely,
No matter
yeah.
who's speaking it. I speak for Arabic and Hebrew. And I always speak a language and like an opposite, some like Chinese, Mandarin.
Yeah, I speak Mandarin. I
English.
can speak Yoruba. I can speak Yoruba. I can speak Yoruba, but it's not the way as much as I would love. I wouldn't say I'm fluent in Yoruba. I would be embarrassed. I
What
can
did you say you
understand
wanted
more
to
than I can
learn?
speak. Yeah,
Which
but
you learned what? Which language?
so
You spoke
my
Chinese,
language is
finish
Yoruba, but
your
my
sentence.
the amount of Yoruba that I know, I
Oh.
don't believe I would survive.
Your native tongue.
Without being
sorry.
scammed.
Sorry, yes. English is a world
Without being
language.
told, this girl is a white girl. Not
Okay.
white girl, but the way I talk.
Okay, yes.
It's in your DNA
Yes,
already, so you can learn
yes.
it easy.
Yes,
Yeah.
look at this. Somebody say Morocco is not African. This is
Well,
what
they
the-
don't know the map, first of all. That's
Yeah.
what we said first when we got here.
I don't know why would you say that though? I mean, do you understand geography or look at the
I
map?
don't understand why they keep saying Morocco and Egypt is not African. It's African. It just got invaded.
They diddy cropped. You know the diddy crop? They diddy cropped Africa.
I claim
They
to
left
be
the
African.
right side and the left side. They cropped the picture.
Yeah, keep it until you learn it. Yeah.
To be honest, it's the same thing that happened in Libya, though. Like with the black people, the indigenous Libyans, like they were getting their homes destroyed and they were getting discriminated under the Gaddafi rule as well before he changed his mind. I don't even think he changed his mind.
Okay.
But the indigenous, why can I not say that word anymore? The indigenous people were, I call the black people, TBU people. It's
Nah, man. Libyans are the worst, man. I can't lie. Those people are demons. I can't lie.
Really?
If you knew how many Africans they killed, you would be in shock. Every
Libyans.
African that tries to go to the Western Europe or whatever, and they go from that route, they will always a martyr.
Really?
The woman, man, it doesn't come from you.
Libyan civilians don't kill people. See, that's how stupid statements create big problems. Libyans are great
You know how
people,
many-
bro.
It's not.
That's an ignorant thing
They
to
are
say.
great people. If they are great people,
They're great people. Yes, they are. Their government may not be great. I don't know the history of Libya, to be honest with you, which is a little bit of a shame because they're part of the Maghreb. But I'm sure they're great people. Everybody is great. Their governments are fucked up.
if
And their politics
a
are
lot
fucked
of
up.
people die.
All right.
You would know.
yeah, but it's not the politicians that's owning everyday slaves, is it?
It's not the government.
It's everyday people that's owning
We should
slaves.
stop racism
Yeah,
on both
because-
sides. True.
And if you were in that situation, you would have done the same thing.
I would never.
That's it.
I would never.
Yeah, right. You would have been the only one on the block without it. Yeah, sure, we believe you.
Come on.
We know. Yeah, right. Oh, that's a symptom of ignorance. Being ultra righteous,
If your own
thinking
country
you're
has-
gonna do things different. You're just doing
Exact-
it different because you're thinking of it now from your point of view, from your apartment, and
Yeah.
it's caught folk done I don't know where. But if
Yes.
you were there, you would have done the same thing. And if you hadn't, you would have been eliminated. Just like now, if you don't go with the program, you're eliminated.
That's yes. You say that. Okay, Mas. Hold on, Mas. Yaz just said something so profound because a lot of the leaders, they started out right. They started saying they would never do this. They will be the best person ever. They will support the country. They will support the public. But then when they get in power, it's a different story. So Mas, how would you, for you? Hold on, curious. We'll get a chance, Mas. For you, what makes you different though? You say you wouldn't do it. Mas.
Wallahi, if I knew that there are people that trying to slave people in my own country, I would go there. I would do everything I
Where
can.
are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from Somalia.
Samaya, go help your people. Go feed your people first. Go ahead.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Don't-
Go
don't-
feed your people.
Chill.
I'm telling you, there's bro. Yeah. Okay.
Chill,
I
chill.
do whatever I can.
If you were busy doing that, you wouldn't have time to say
Yeah,
that
you can
because you would understand every
It's
country.
not even the same. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's not even the
Don't let
same.
him.
Translate people and your whole country. You cannot feed the whole country, but whatever you can do is like with the whole community, you can stand up and go to this to the shore and see if the people are getting slaves and you can help them. But they just don't look. They don't care, and you know that.
That's right. Everywhere in the world. So it's unfair to say Libyan people ain't shit. We have slaves here in America.
All right, let's Curious. What did you wanted to say, Curious? What's up?
Yeah, I was just passing by and I saw the lady was defending the people of Libya and said it's the government. It's not the government because the government during Gaddafi's time, Gaddafi loves black people. He helped them.
No, it didn't always. It didn't always.
Let him
me
finish.
come. I
Let
want
him
to make a
finish.
point. And you was defending said it's the government. It's not the government. The people who live in Libya. Not all, but many of them. They don't like black people. They hunt them inside Libya.
Yeah, and if the government cared, they would do what the
Let- wait.
Germany did to the Jews, and they would come to every door and they
Let
would
him
bring
let
them
him
out,
finish.
but they
Let him.
don't. So
Yes. Let him finish.
Germany, they are not.
it's the government.
But
Alright.
now we are talking about Libya. Let me make a point. I don't hate them. I'm a Muslim just like them. I love everyone. But if they did something, we have to talk about it so that people can change. But if some people did something and you are backing them, they will never change.
They don't even talk about it. You know, they will never say the truth.
You have to expose them and show them the reality. We are all human beings. People don't have to come to your country just to pass to go to Europe. You are kidnapping them, asking them money, torturing them, killing them.
No, hold on, bro. You look. Hold on. Curious. Is this the first time you on TikTok though? You know, like guys, I'm not gonna be tolerating this. If you don't know how to communicate and codes on TikTok, please, you should drop yourself down. Because you know these words you have to use different words. Okay, Curious. We'll try one more time, but that'll be the last time. And everybody that's in the chat, use codes.
Sorry, just slaying them. I mean,
Yeah, all right. You mean laying them, yeah.
slaying them, torturing them. That's not good. That's not good. To be honest, at the end, we are all human beings. We are not segregating. But also, if something is happened, we have to talk about it. We have to deal with it. So we don't have.
For life. I gotta go.
All right then,
I
yeah.
really appreciate this conversation. You're great. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming up. Take
It was
care.
really fun.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
All right. Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.
Bye. Take care. Yes.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye
If
bye.
I'm honest with you, I really think that the problem, I wouldn't say it's a problem, but the mistake, I'll just say problem. The problem of Black Africans is that we're very forgiving.
Oh yeah.
We're very forgiving. And it needs to get to the point where we get angry and we're too forgiving and we're too nice,
Too
we're
naive.
too welcoming. Yeah, we're too naive, too welcoming to people from other countries. We give them our all, not knowing that they're coming with their hands behind their back,
Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
sharp object.
Yeah.
And it's just really sad sometimes to see this disrespectfulness that people show to, especially, I don't like to use this word sub-Saharan African, because sub-Saharan was what was used to divide African. We're all Africans really, but
No. Sorry,
I
sis.
wouldn't say we're not all Africans, but
Sorry, sis. You count them as a African, but they don't count themselves as African. Let us be frank.
yeah.
If you go to their home country, they will tell you African. If you
Yeah.
tell, they will tell you no, we are not African.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
You don't have to force someone to be something. They have to accept it. As for them, African is for the dark skin and they are light. So they don't call themselves African. It's okay. It's normal.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what they want. In this world, you cannot talk about the fact. You talk about some people hate you, and that's the truth. They call us black. The other said the black people, we came from hell. That's why we are black. If you don't know, you don't know. You know. If you don't live with them, you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Both
is the
sounds.
problem. If you don't went to those countries, you don't know. All this country, Morocco is little bit better. Little bit better.
No, so what they're doing is that
Nigeria,
I should speak.
than better than Libya.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
are the
Libya and
worst,
Algeria.
Tunisia. They are the better of this Arab nation is Morocco.
Yeah.
You wanted to say Estella something about I should speed. What did you wanted to say all along?
Like, see, like the difference when I should speed was in North Africa, and the disrespect it was getting, being called the N word. You know, it was still welcomed in some places, but you see the difference when it went further down to where people looked more like him, how
yeah.
it was welcomed, how it was respected, you know, how it was celebrated.
It was a
And
different energy.
yeah, that's our people. That's us. And a lot of people don't realize that a lot of the reasons why the color changes the more northern you go was because it was invaded. It was invaded by the French and the Portuguese many centuries ago. So, and they unalived a lot of the black people. If you go to Egypt, there's the actual indigenous black people that are being ethnically wiped out at the moment through sterilization by the government.
Yeah.
And if you go there, you'd see a lot of them are all dark-skinned black people. You know, it's just it just is what it is. I just think that we we are all in the place where we are now. We just have to accept it and then just find a way to move forward. We don't all have to be one people. Like if you're one people, that means you're erasing someone's cultural background. So there's always going to be that argument. I think we should just accept who we are, our diversity, accept it, respect it. We don't all have to be one. We really don't. We don't have to be one. Yes, things has happened years back. There's been invasion after invasion. There's been colonization. There's been so many things. There's been that has kind of brought this system, but we can keep saying we are one, but really we are not really one. We're
Yeah.
not one. We're not one. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're diverse. We all have our different cultures, all have their different tribes. We are one as a continent, yes. But I think that the main thing is to respect each other and respect those differences
True.
and actually have each other's backs if that's possible.
Exactly. Like the way Europe is operating right now, they are not one. But at least, like, if a Dutch guy sees a German guy, he wouldn't,
Yeah.
it's different, or he would behave the same way he would act like his Dutch people,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
True.
Even within the sub-Saharan African, as you can say, there's still that kind of colonial mindset, like xenophobia within South Africa. If I go to South Africa as a Nigerian, they would tell me to get out of the country, some of them. Not all, but some would. So
Really?
and there's a lot of unaliving going on. So it's like, there's a lot of, like, different mindsets. There's a lot of whitey washed mindsets with people. And it's just really kind of really sad. It's really sad that
Yeah.
this is what's going on, and this is what colonialism has done to our people.
Yeah, true. Okay, guys, let's get the likes up. Right now we are 3K. We can get to 5K, y'all. Everybody in the chat.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Let's tap the screen. Get the like.
Thanks,
Let's
Naughty.
let's get
I've not
hold
been,
on.
in this.
I heard you. Give me a moment, see. A moment.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody, let's get the likes up. Everybody tap the screen. I know some people just want to come up. You can also tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. So, what's up, Z? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
I've not been in this life for very long, but I just want to ask: do you guys think North Africans are indigenous, so like real Africans, or do you guys think they're Arabs, or I don't know, whitewash, or what you guys are saying?
I think they are not Africans.
Who wants to answer that before I say my own piece?
Yeah.
They are not
And,
Africans.
Stella,
Yeah, they
you
are.
answer because I've heard you talk a lot, so I don't know what you
Someone else can say something before I say something. North Africans does not equal Arabs.
Yeah.
It does not. Is Arab even a ethnicity? Is that not just a culture? Because you can have white Arabs, black Arabs.
Exactly.
So it's not Arabs is not really an ethnicity.
It came from the Arab Peninsula, so
It was a culture. It was mixed of
We're
people.
almost
It was
there, y'all.
different cultures. It's like the Moors.
when people say North Africa is Arab, they usually mean that they have embraced Arab culture, like Islam, or they're in.
So it's Arab Islam then.
No, but they have like Egypt. They're
Well, Egypt is not Arab though.
no,
Arab is mixed with French. They're very mixed.
are Arabs mixed
The Arabs mixed. They're mixed cultures.
with what?
If you look into it, Arabs are mixed people from
They
different backgrounds. That's why if you have a white person and a black person, make a baby, they would look Arab majority of the time because it's mixed.
What the Arabs mixed with them?
There's
What
French.
what ethnicities?
There's French. I used to know all this back in the day, but I've not really studied for a really long time. But I know there's French that's in there. There's so many things, Mars, Greek. It's a very mixed. It's a culture.
it is. They are mixed. That's what I'm seeing here because when I look at North Africans, the Maghreb modern study indicates significant mixing between Arabs settled and the indigenous Berber, Amazigh population.
Amazighs have been in North Africa for thousands of years. Those are the indigenous people of North Africa. But people say they're Arab because Arabs came to North Africa and they embraced the Arab culture, not by sword or not by violence or anything, just with the word of Islam, you know?
But okay, I still wanna get the answer to your question though, Z. Because why did you started with asking this question about if what was your question? If
Yeah, because
Arabs, like what was the point?
I see some lives, and I see a lot like that Moroccans, Algerians, Tunisians, Libyans aren't real Africans. But then I think why are like West Africans and Central Africans so obsessed with North Africa? Why can't they just accept that the Amazigh people are indigenous to the land? So I thought I read the question, so I thought
Because you guys, sorry, I'm interrupting. No, finish. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry I interrupted.
Go ahead. Let
yeah. So I thought, are you guys implying that North Africans aren't
No.
Africans or are? So that's why I asked.
Okay. Okay, I
If
understand.
you guys think they are indigenous, then there's nothing I can
Okay.
because have the same
Yeah.
opinion.
I mean, we would be fooling our,
definitely
at this
African.
point, we'll be fooling ourselves if we are not basically being honest with what's the truth. Go ahead, Mas.
They're definitely African, the Amazigh, like you're saying, but if you're saying the only reason that some Moroccans then are claiming to be Arab is because of the Islam, so it's not a valid reason to claim being Arab, you know? Because if you look at like other countries like Somalia, they are Muslims, they're majority Muslims, 100%. They have kind of the same culture, like eating with your right hand and everything, every rule, you know. But they would never claim to be Arab. Mostly, you know, only like people that are trying to read beat you. But you're saying right now that some of them are Arabs because of their culture, but I feel like most of them are just Africans, and they should be proud that they are Africans. And the people that are claiming to be Arabs, they should say to them, "Don't claim to be Arab." I guess.
Most Moroccans claim they're Arab because they speak Arabic. Ethnically, they are just African, so
Yeah.
that's just something about how they live.
Okay.
Because most, like I think 80% of Morocco speak Arabic, and
Hello, Sam.
like 20% speak their native tongue, the Tamazight language.
Yeah.
And I think in the future it would be.
Why would you speak even Arabic if you have your own language, your own rich country,
Guys.
your own language? You know, why would you even try to speak Arabic? What when is that not your language?
That was something that was. They also speak French because they were, yeah, not colonized by the French, but it's a long history. Same goes with the Spaniards.
Thank you, Yema. Thank
think
you. I
it's the same.
appreciate it. All right, guys, let's get the likes up. If you feel generous, you can also share some gifts. As you can see, you want to speak, please. If you want to speak, I mean, I would be nice that you guys do something, you know, pitch in some gift as well. What's up, MB? How you doing, MB?
Hello, everyone. So, just can I answer what I believe to be a reason why
Yes.
so many African countries are divided?
Yes, go ahead. I'm
So,
good.
what's happened with certain countries like Egypt and Morocco? They've their leaders have been placed with like a supporter of the Zionists, and there's not really much control. Hello, Stephen. There's not really much control they can do. But you can see all the resources have been stripped from African countries by the likes of France and America. And they've constantly been trying to take out the leader of Burkina Faso. You know, the West wants to strip all the resources. And I'm hoping more like African countries come independent to follow like Burkina Faso. I know there is some like bad, like how do you say, impoverished countries, such as Sudan, who's been stripped by its resources from Dubai. You know about you're aware of Sudan, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
And Congo. You know, God
course.
bless everyone there.
Yes.
And like we're living in an age where these the likes of the UN
Thank you.
and all these they're just fake organizations that don't really live by the law that they set. But I'm hoping, guys, that even for like Muslims, they have a lot of sects in Islam. That I hope that they come united. Same with my Catholic brothers and sisters. That we all, you know, we're all on the one pack, because the world is turning into one crazy place.
Yeah, true.
That's
All
all
right.
I gotta say, guys. And God bless you. And
Yeah.
Thank you, MB.
May I just say that a lot of countries are fighting back against the West in Africa. May I just say, especially look what's happened in Nigeria. Nigeria's actually got the first refinery, $1 billion refinery
Yeah.
in the whole of Africa. And then this was erected by Dangote, and he's not using the dollars. It's not going to be under the dollars. It's going to be under Chinese yuan. And look what's happened after. And also, Nigeria and some other ECOWAS country came together to boycott the US within the economic system. So they've created a card, like in the system right now. If I was to be in Nigeria, go to Nigeria and I buy goods from Ghana, instead of the money going straight to Ghana, it first goes to New York, and then interest would be added on that before it reaches to Ghana. So we was paying a lot of money, was paying interest in even sending money to each other in Africa. But what Nigeria and some other countries have done, they came together, 5 other countries in West Africa came together and to bypass the USA. And this was in June. They came up with a card. I think it's got a PUSD something card where you can just send your money straight to another country and it doesn't need to go to Wall Street. And look what's happened after that.
China is not
Straight
prime.
away, Trump has gone and BOMB Nigeria, another part of Nigeria, stating that it's because of the Islamist terrorism. Yes, there is terrorism going on in Nigeria, but do you think twice if you think Trump cares about black people in Nigeria getting unalived. No, it was basically a threat to Nigeria. I believe it was a threat to Nigeria to basically say,
Exactly
watch
what
yourself.
you said there. Exactly what you said there is what Gaddafi was trying to set up for Africa. That's why they took him out.
Yeah, thank you. Let's give Rocco, somebody new, a chance to speak. How you doing, Rocco?
Yo, what's up?
Hi, everyone.
How's everyone doing?
How are you doing? Good, Rocco.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Now I'm from Morocco. I'm an MSZ, and now earlier you guys were talking about that stuff, and then the conversation kind of changed, so I just kind of stayed quiet.
Okay. No, go ahead. You can talk about it because we were saying, I think it was about Moroccans. Do they equate being Arabs as being something? What was it, Estella? Because we were talking about this. I kind of skip my mind.
Arabs as being part of indigenous to Africa or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in my personal opinion, from the research that I've done and just everything, Moroccans or most North Africans, the people who are MSZ, they are indigenous to that land. They have continuity in that land. They've never been replaced. It's the same people that's been there for thousands of years. The same people that the Greeks wrote about and the Romans wrote about. It's the same ones. You can look up old sculptures of them. You can see ancient leaders in Numidia and Mauritania, and you'll see how the way that they looked and the way that they were portrayed, and they're pretty much still the same people as they are now. But also on top of it, when the Arabs did come through, obviously with the spread of Islam, Moroccans and North Africans and Egyptians or whatever, they all speak Arabic because Islam is written in there. The Quran is written in Arabic, so it's just a way for us to read it, and it's the language of the religion, right? Also, people believe that Arabic is one of the most beautiful languages as well. On top of it, right? It's not just whatever. It's a really unique language.
Yeah.
On top of it, we don't just speak Arabic. We speak Darija, which is a combination pretty much of Arabic and the Amazigh languages. We speak it with like that dialect. If you hear someone speaking Amazigh and you hear someone speaking Darija, it will sound like they're speaking the same language. That's why whenever I meet Middle Easterns, they don't understand my Arabic at all.
Really?
They can't understand it. We're speaking 2 different languages pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I met Saudi Arabians, and I'm like, hey, I'll say something in Arabic, and once the conversation starts to go, there's a disconnect. We just don't understand each other at all.
Oh, okay.
And also I wanted to say, man, I mean, as a Moroccan, I'm proud to be African. I think a lot of Moroccans that I've met are proud to be African. Some of the ones who are, I guess you can say, brainwashed, some of them want to be closely related. They want to keep close proximity to the Middle East. Some of them, want to be more Arab because they think Arab is like because a long time ago, there was the Arab rulers, and I guess being Arab to them just seemed more like sophisticated. You know, it's like these
Yeah.
guys traveled a long way and they brought all this stuff and religion and all. You know, so they just want to. Yes, I'm Arab. Like they think Arab is better, which is not true. And also, most Moroccans actually that do say that they're Arab, if they take a genetic test, a DNA test, they'll clearly find out that they're like 89% North African. Some percentage is probably going to be Spaniard, and then maybe 3% Arab. You know, it's very, very low. They didn't really leave any significant mixing in a gene pool. Most Arabs, when they came there with the mission of spreading Islam. Most of them went back to Saudi Arabia. They went back to their holy land. Some went to Spain, right? Some stayed in Morocco, married Amazigh people. They had kids, and those kids married other Amazigh people. And then they kept going on. So their bloodline basically, it dwindled down. But yeah, I mean, I just want to say there's been division. I think it all stems from the AFCON. I think the AFCON was supposed to bring Africa together and show the world on a large stage that that we are united and everything. And it's just I feel like a lot of bullshit happened in that AFCON, man. But I still believe that we are all African. We should all be proud and look after each other.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Pretty much my 2 cents. But I'm proud. Like I said, I'm proud to be African. And I think everyone should be, man. And that goes from West Africans to East Africans to the Southern Africans. We're all one and the same. So we're all trying to fight against these Westerners and stop these people from coming to our countries and taking our resources and all that bullshit.
Yeah,
man.
Thank you, Rocco.
Peace to Burkina Faso, man.
Yeah.
Nothing but love to that.
Yes, exactly.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. But there's
Okay, I wanted to add on because I'm also Moroccan. I'm also Amazigh, and I agreed with a lot of what you said, Rocco. My opinion, personally, as a Moroccan, every single time I've been around Arabs, it's constantly a division or making us feel like, oh, you guys are Arab, you guys are North African, you guys are from Africa. But
really,
then,
there's division within. There's division. So basically, the Arabs are somewhat trying to exclude you guys from being North African?
Yeah, not even of being North African, but more so I think a lot of sub-Saharan Africa try to say that Moroccans or North Africans are Arab, but I think that's really interesting when we aren't even accepted by that community for the most part. I feel like whenever it comes to honestly, if I'm not mistaken, most of the time it's culture appropriating. We get a lot of Arabs that want to wear our clothes, listen to our music, but then don't accept who we are. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
And it's on top of that, more North Africans are put in a really, really weird position because we aren't accepted by Middle Easterners, yet we're called Arab, but we're called African by the Arabs. But then sub-Saharan Africa also don't want to claim us as African, which is really interesting when the word Africa originated in Carthage, which is modern day Tunisia. So it's how can we not be something that we ourselves described ourselves as one time? The word originated in North Africa. And I think it's a really interesting concept. And I think ultimately, when it comes down to it, we're called Arab because phonetically we might look more Arab. But I think that's just an interesting concept as well when I have members of my family that are Black and don't even look Arab and don't even consider themselves out of either. And I also think that it's unfair to call an entire country Arab because we speak a dialect of it. I mean, you wouldn't go as far as to call Malians French because their official language used to be French, or call Sudanese people Arab because they speak a closer dialect of Arabic than we do, because ours is very, 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 what's the word? Honestly, just mixed with so many different languages.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
I agree with it. Also, I want to add just to the Middle East as well. Obviously, I've met Middle Eastern people, and they don't generally think I look Arab at all. I'm, really light complected, tall.
Really?
But when I do tell them, hey, I'm Muslim, and hey, I speak Arabic, they're always look at me you're not a real one like us. You know what I'm saying? You guys
I didn't know that.
Western North Africa, it's too far away. And then on top of it, the majority of the Middle East is also not really Arab also. You know what I'm saying? Syrians are not Arabs genetically.
Yeah.
Palestinians are not Arab genetically. They're people who are indigenous to their land who have converted to Islam and then adopted Arabic as their language. That's why you hear Zionists always say that Palestinians are Arab and they should go back to Saudi Arabia. You know, they're not Arabs. You know, Palestinians are not. They're descendants of the ancient Canaanites. They're literally the indigenous people of that land. And it's just a Zionist talking point. And I think a lot of this division and a lot of this like anti-Arab, like they conquered and they spread their religion with their sword. I think it's a lot of Zionist propaganda. I think Zionism.
It's not Zionist
But-
propaganda, Okon.
I think it is.
This is
I hear a lot of
historical.
Zionists pushing that
This is
propaganda.
an historical fact.
I mean, the historical facts show that Islam was not spread by the sword in North Africa. I mean, if it was, don't you think that North Africans
What are
in the
you
Middle East
talking about?
would have a long ending?
It's not slave trade. It's
One at
the
a time.
longest slave trade that's ever happened to this whole world. And it's still going on.
Yeah.
In Israel. What are you talking about?
What's slave trade?
What
Why?
do you call now?
The trans-Saharan slave trade?
No, not that. Before that, they learned that from the first slave trade, which was actually
All right, okay, hold on. Let's give Akita. We don't need to talk we don't need to go back in the past so much. Let's Akita. What's on your mind, Akita?
Thank you very much. Thank you for the audience. And I like when you bring up this kind of topic, to talk about. Why Africans so divided?
Yeah.
I mean, I can blame tribalism. It's not about east, west, north, south. It's about every country in Africa. If you see Nigeria, Kenya, Ethiopia, even though they're same country, people look like each other, but they are so divided.
Why?
Who's gonna rule? So I'm gonna put the problem, tribalism, and unless we acknowledge that problem, we cannot do anything. But now you can see somebody from Zimbabwe who's trying to unite, the whole continent, and he talk about the whole continent. While that country have its own problems, its own division. So when people take the matter in serious way, and every country in Africa get rid of this tribalism, and when we get rid of all those tribalism, then we can unite it and become a bigger, powerful continent.
Okay.
And I would like also to add, I've seen a lot of discussion, in the history, slave trade, translating, Eastern African slave
From
trade.
the south.
And people
Yeah, I
blame
bet
each other,
will tell.
some people claim the Europeans, some people claim Arabic, Islamic, but the real problem is it's Africa itself. We are the one who sold our people outside the continent. So
Yep.
unless we take that responsibility, we cannot go forward.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing. All right. Let's move further to someone that is new. Let's see. I
Sorry,
think
can I just make one point?
sure. What's your name? Something?
Sorry, it's Sabrina.
Sabrina. Okay, go ahead, Sabrina.
Okay. So I think that a really big contributor as well to why Africa is so divided is because any time in history where we've tried to have a concept of like Pan-Africanism and everybody be united, it just
true.
gets completely shut down, or like the leader of the movement literally gets assassinated. Like, I'm not gonna lie, AFCON was so embarrassing, and I know Europe had a field day with it. Like they enjoyed watching all of us just like be so divided when AFCON was supposed to be enjoyable,
True.
And I think it's just so sad because as a North African, I feel like it's only ever put on us that we want to disassociate ourselves from Africa, but nobody ever talks about the fact that sub-Saharan Africa doesn't accept North Africa. And I think it's interesting as well because how can Moroccans or North Africans not be considered African, yet we literally live in the continent of Africa? That's like for starter. Two, on top of that, it's like when you go and look at the genetic makeup and like DNA tests that people have done, like my brother himself has done a DNA test, and there is simply no ounce of Arab in him. Like he is 100% African. Like he has West African in him and he has North African in him completely. So I think it's just honestly, it comes down to colorism, in my opinion, because I feel like North Africans aren't seen as African because we are lighter skinned, but Africa as a whole isn't supposed to be one color. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's not, it's supposed to be a different variation of skin type, or different shades of skin type. It's not that's the thing. That's why it's in the name of Africa, that's why it's called like that, because a lot of the time people would say this is the birthplace of all nations, but expect it to be just one, to be boxed in based on what a different nation would say about us. It's like, it's, we need to stop accepting these things. Host is Nigerian. Thank you. YGG, what's up, right, GG? You wanted to say something?
Yeah, yo, what's good? What's good?
I'm alright, bro.
Yeah, no, I was listening. I only came up because I was listening to the girl. I forgot her name, but she was basically trying to make it sound like people south of the Sahara are the ones pushing the Arab label onto North Africans, when obviously not all North Africans identify as Arab, but a lot of them will say, like, I've seen videos. You can go like I've never been to North Africa myself, but I've seen videos where people are in North Africa asking them what they are, and they will say with a straight face, "I'm not African, I'm Arab." Obviously, I've got friends from that actually ethnically from Arabia, and they've told me like, oh, like most North Africans are not really Arab. They're just Arab by culture, and even the way you speak the language is completely different. So I know the truth, but when there's a lot of you saying you're Arab yourselves, you can't blame people for
Yeah, those are
Go ahead.
idiots, man.
Yeah, go ahead,
You know,
Overpool.
they're just dumbasses, bro. Like, like it's like saying, like, if someone from Bosnia is saying, "Oh, I'm Bosnian, I'm not European," or there's no other country in any continent where someone doesn't claim the continent. Like,
Yeah.
you meet someone from Jordan and they go, "Oh, I'm from Jordan, I'm not from Asia." It's like, bro, Jordan is in Asia. It's like, so for a Moroccan or someone to be like, "Oh no, I'm not African," it's like, bro, you're clearly in fucking Africa, dog. You're African, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just them saying it. It's just some type of brainwashing or some type of form of insecurity. Along the line, maybe in their family, that there's people in their family that just don't want to be associated with anything to do with being African. So they just kind of grew up saying, like, "Oh yeah, I'm not African, I'm this." It's like, nah, bro. In my family, we're proud to be African, bro. Like, what? Like,
Exactly.
it's just, I think it's individual people, and I think what she said earlier, I think it's colorism. There's just a lot of bullshit. And I think I blame a lot of that stuff on, like, Europeans that came down. They brought that kind of that social construct with them, and colorism and all this and that, and divide and conquer, and it's kind of what they do, man. I think it has to do with something like that, bro. But
Yeah.
obviously, North Africa is part of Africa. We're all part of the continent. I mean, yeah, it's just weird.
Adding on to your point, Rocco, I definitely think that I think there's also this misconception in the media where, like, people just want to hang on to, like, some videos that they've seen where a North African, like a Moroccan, might say that they're Arab, but look at all of the Moroccans that also say that they're African. Like, why are we excluded? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm 21 years old and I have always called myself African. My mom calls herself African. My best friends that are Moroccan around me have all called themselves African. I think that I can understand why some Moroccans might say that they're Arab, but it might be because culturally they might just feel more Arab because they aren't accepted by Africa. Like, it's hard to call yourself African when the entire continent doesn't accept you.
True.
And I think at the same time, it's like
Thank you, Gemma.
Algerians, for instance. Like, I know a lot of Algerians who don't even speak a lick of, like, Derija. They don't speak it. And it's like that colonial mindset when you've been colonized by so many places, because even when you think about it, North Africa, like, geographically, is in a really interesting place. Like, we are surrounded by Europe. Middle East came. We also have, like, Sub-Saharan Africa. Like, we have a lot of different influence happening. It's okay for people to also, like, be confused at some point and eventually just start calling themselves North African because nobody claims you. Do you know what I mean? Like, is that making sense at all?
Yeah, it's making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's good.
there's nothing wrong with saying you're Islamic State. Like, nothing wrong with saying you're Islamic State.
True. Guys,
I'll
okay.
even go as far as
Go
I
ahead.
met this girl once, and she was a Canary. She was a Canary Islander, you know, from the Canary Islands. And for whatever reason, like Canary Islanders, the indigenous people for those islands are you know, they're distinct cousins of the Amazigh people. It's the same people, spoke the same language, had the same, you know, just they were the same people. They just sailed from Morocco to the Canary Islands. And in her DNA test, it says like European because Canary Islands was colonized by Spain, so it's part of like. And I even told her, I was like, "You're African too, bro. Like you're fucking African. Like whether you know it or not." And she said her dad told her about the Guachi people. I think that's what they call them, the indigenous people, and how they're like distant cousins of the Amazigh. And even her dad was, you know, when he met me, he was like, "Hey, my fellow African." Like he was proud to say like he's African. For whatever reason, Canary Islanders, you know, they think that they're probably Europeans or whatever, but they're African too. You know, I let them know as well. Like you guys are also African, dude.
Sure.
Same thing with people from Madagascar. People try to say Madagascar and people are not indigenous or they have like, you know, something about like Indian blood or something. I'm like, brother, they're African too, man.
True.
We're all
Guys,
African.
true. Guys, let's get the likes.
dividers,
Let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Let's get to 10K. And guys, follow if you're in the chat, if you're just watching this panel. Okay, somebody is new. Seku. What's up, Seku? Moanu Seku. You want to unmute yourself? Okay, let's.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Oh my God. What you got me upset?
What?
Yeah, hello. No, these people on at the background, they make a lot of noise. People can't even understand.
Okay.
If they don't want to be part of it, they can mute themselves. What I want to say about Africa, in most of the African division is tribalism. You know, people see themselves as African, but Africa is completely different because of a lot of tribes, a lot of ethnicity, and different color. Like North Africans are African, but maybe they're not going to call themselves as black. Maybe they're Arab, or maybe they adopt the Arab cultures. Like if you go to Libya, at Muammar Gaddafi, they kind of like a dark-skinned people. They call them the Berber, but they all claim themselves to be Arab. So that's why Africa will not be. It's going to be hard for Africans to come together because we have more respect, or we are more into our tribe than our nationality.
Oh yeah.
So that's why it's a little complicated for African or black in general to be united. So you know, even this when somebody trying to be somebody like a president or whatever, it don't matter if that person have a good idea or good policy. As long as that person does not belong to that particular tribe, the other people not going to support it. But if we all sit ourselves as African and put the continent first before our tribe, then Africa will be able to unite. Even the recent World Cup, the recent African Cup can show to you that there's a lot of division in Africa. Most of the West African or Sub-Saharan African was supporting the Senegal. Then the rest of the people from the north and different area were supporting Morocco.
Okay.
So as long we African or maybe live in the diaspora, if we are not able to put this thing together, it's gonna be hard. And somebody saying because
then what would you suggest is a solution to this situation, that the issue that you are seeing? What would be a solution? Guys, stop the screen. Let's like up. Guys, stop the screen.
They said before the arrival of the European, there was slave trade in Africa. People were slavering, African was slavering and among themselves. That's by the Arabian, but the main slavery exploitation was done by the European and Christian. Muslim had nothing to do with the with slave trade. You know, the slave trade had nothing to do that exploit our black people and take them to America, to Europe and Caribbean was done by the Christians. So yes, everybody have slave trade. You go to Saudi Arabia, they have slave among the Arab. If you come to Africa, the same thing. But to put the blame on the Muslim people or Islam, that's wrong. There's no evidence for that. So that's what I gotta say.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Anybody want to respond to what he just said? Anything that he just said? Go ahead.
Can I just say one thing? Yeah.
He just lied about every single thing.
No, give it.
You have Islamic fatwa that literally justified the slave trade. In fact, the Arab slave trade. In fact, the Arab slave trade is well documented for 1,500 years. You have Africans being transported to
One at a time.
Taking a slave to the Middle East.
Bro, let me land my plane. Let me land my plane. The Arabs transported millions of Africans to Basra in Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain. All these Arab countries, Africans was transported in. You have religious fatwa. You cannot deny Muslims using biblical understanding of the curse of hand to castrate Africans based on their skin color and say that Muslims had nothing to do with the slave trade. They have the longest slave, twice as long as the 3 times longer than the European slave trade. And let me just address the North African thing. The largest Arab population outside of Arabia is in North Africa. Egypt is literally called the Arab Republic of Egypt. Nobody forced Egypt to name their country the Arab Republic of Egypt.
Look how close proximity is.
Wait. Let me land my plane. I know it's cool to be African now, so you're trying to identify yourself as African, but you're an Arab. If you're from North Africa, it's a high probability that you're an Arab. Just accept it. You know, you live in North Africa now. Arabs or Semitic people been coming into Africa for a long period of time, but you're not African. Genetically speaking, you're not African. You're an Arab. Just accept it.
Okay, all right.
Genetically speaking is actually insane. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's insane because if you actually had done research and went and looked at how many North Africans have taken DNA tests, you can actually see that they come back either 100% North African, and most of the time come out with even West African in them as well. But let me bring another concept to you. To box North Africa in with Egypt is absolutely ridiculous. You cannot only make North Africa Egypt, because even whenever you think about cultural differences between Morocco, which is all the way on the west side of Africa, it's completely different. So it's like, culturally, we don't even identify with being close to like Arabs, which is insane because if you knew anything about our culture or even had a conversation, or I'm not gonna lie, went to Morocco, because it's sounding like a lot of people want to speak on Morocco and say that we're Arab, but I've never visited our country and seen our values and seen how we are. So that's so upsetting because it's just, again, like the media. And like another concept is like, I'm in college. There's ASO, which is the like an Arab student organization. And guess what flag they put in there? They put the Sudanese flag in there. But nobody would ever dare to say that Sudanese people are not African. But what does it come down to? It's a concept of race. Genuinely, it comes down to race, and it's thinking that Africa has to look one specific way, which is not true. And on top of that, you can't even deny the fact, like, mind you, I take that to offense because am indigenous to Africa. Like, my family on my father's side are from Agadir. The mountains in Morocco are nomads, speak no Darija, speak a completely different language that has no Arabic in it. So the fact that you're saying that is insane. On top of that, let's talk about all the cultural differences. Genuinely, let's talk about all the Black Moroccans also that you're not considering. But again, everybody knows North Africa and know Morocco, but have never been. So
nobody is saying Africa has one specific.
You just said that.
Wait, let me land my plane. Nobody's saying Africa has one specific.
Guys, everybody,
ethnic group. Africa has Nilotics, who don't look the same as Niger Congo. Niger Congo don't look the same as Bantu. Cushitic don't look the same as neither of them. And Khoisan don't look phenotypically look like pygmies. We're just saying you're an Arab, just accept it. You're living.
Okay. That's yeah.
Can I land my plane?
Do it quickly. Yeah, I wanna, and then finish up because I wanna get Rocco, because Rocco, I know you're Moroccan. I wanna get your point on this. Finish, Raven.
If you look up the haplogroups of Morocco, Algeria, to Egypt, a vast majority of their haplogroups are either J1, J2, and some E1B1B. That is a fact.
No, it's mostly E1,
I
B1.
was about to say it's mostly E1B1B.
No. It's not mostly.
Yes, it is. How are you gonna tell us?
is Ibro-Mauritian. It's not even African. What are you talking about?
That's fine. It just comes down
Ibro-Mauritian
to
is African, bro. What are you talking about?
Ibro-Mauritian was African back in time, but went to the Levant and did back migration after changing the color with those Levantines, and then became African. So Ibro-Mauritian is not African. It was African thousands of years ago, but not anymore.
Wait, hold on. Can I say something to that? Hold on, because
Go ahead.
obviously, I'm hold on.
Yeah, 1 second. I just would like to say something before you already spoke. Just let me speak for a second.
Yeah, go ahead, Liv.
I don't know why you guys trying to, make a good picture of you like in the world. You guys are the most racist people in the world. You yourself say that you don't want to be Africans. Like you guys saying that you don't want to be Africans. Like you can see it in the last AFCON Cup. You guys wanted to join Europe after the AFCON Cup. Like, what are you talking about?
How are you talking about, bro? We hosted the Afghan Cup.
exactly.
You hosted
And
the
not only
AFCON Cup,
that,
but
not
after
only
the
that,
finals. Wait, after the finals, because of what happened. Like because of what happened, you guys we're trying to submit like some type of application to be like among European teams or to play like among European teams. If you want, I can show it to you right now.
Yeah, dude, but that's for
You guys are the most racist people on the planet. You guys are more racist than a white man.
Come on,
I'm a Mauritanian, bro. I've been in Morocco. I've been in Algeria. I've been everywhere in North Africa. You guys call black people L'Azawa. Like Izzi.
What does that
You
mean?
call them Kahloush. What are you talking about?
What does that mean, Liv? What does that mean?
That means black.
Okay.
Fuck, bro. Like, yo, listen, man.
Bro, Izzi does
I'm
not
gonna
mean
keep
black.
it simple. I'm gonna keep it simple for you guys, right? If you guys go back before the Arabs came into North Africa, who were in North Africa, bro? Who was the people living in North Africa before the Arabs started moving from the Middle East into North Africa?
Small hats, Romans.
He said Romans. Listen, it's called Romans. It was Roman North Africa, bro. But the people of that were living there are not genetically Romans, bro.
Are you telling me
They were the Amazigh people, the indigenous Amazigh people that have been written. Go look at what Herodotus said about the Amazigh people. Go read about these people, bro.
Are you saying that for Morocco and Egypt, you did not have a large population of small hat people? Are you telling me?
The small hat people, first of all, no, you're wrong.
Hold on.
Listen, bro, let me land my fucking point, bro.
No, one at a time. One at a time.
Listen, the small hat people, right? Those people came into North Africa after the Inquisition, right, of 1492.
No, they was there before.
Arabs, listen, bro, the Arabs came through in 711, right? And then once the Moors took over Spain for about 800 years, and then once Spain kicked all the Muslims back to Morocco, they also were kicking the small hat people. They were forcing them to convert to Christianity, to Catholicism, or to basically get the fuck out of the country, right? So then Morocco was like, yo, we can take you in. So then the small hat people moved down. That's in 1492, bro. So why are you? And then they lived there all the way up until like 1940s and stuff with when Israel became to be, that fake country called Israel, right? That's when they all started moving over there.
You probably got a small hat in your DNA. Don't this though.
Bro, you probably think you're a black Hebrew Israelite. What are we talking about?
No. I don't have no connection to that.
Bro, 1 second. Revenue, let me say this.
I don't have any small hat DNA. I'm
1 second, yeah.
89%.
One at a time. One at a time.
These people believe that they're from Africa. You guys are just a bunch of, vandals, white slaves from Eastern Europe. That's
Eastern Europe. So now we're Eastern European.
Yeah,
you hear this shit, right? We're Middle Eastern. No, we're Middle Eastern. We're Eastern European.
Shut up for a second.
We're everything but North Africa.
Let me land my plane. Just let me speak. Yeah, like most of you are just some vandals and
source, bro. Pull up your source, bro. I'm not gonna let you just spread this information.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Let me
pull up your source, bro.
Just wait your turn. Let me talk.
So sources, don't just say shit. You gotta pull up sources to back it up.
One at a time. One at a time. Come on.
Source up. You source up, bro.
Drop this guy. Let me talk. Drop this guy. Let me talk.
Just mute him and let me speak.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Leif.
So these people, like those who live in the extreme north, are mostly white slaves from Eastern Europe, brought there by the Moors. And the rest who's been there for thousands of years are just, a bunch of Vandals, Anatolians who came from, Iberia Mauritius back in time. They're not Africans. But the real people who are called Amazigh or Imajigan, they're mostly Tuaregs who lives in the desert. The rest is just white slaves, from like Mamluks, whatsoever, white slave, low caste white people who were brought there back in time. That's what they are. And now they're trying to unite under the term Amazigh. Amazigh is like French created to divide Muslims. That's what really is Amazigh. It was created by French to create some type of fitna between Muslims in that region. That's basically what it is.
Okay, let's give Mas. Go ahead. You wanted to talk, Mas.
I just didn't answer the guy. He was talking about what about the Arabian and the Azzi and about that type of comments. Why did they use that a lot? Because I have heard it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, these people are أولاد الأقلاوي يا صاحبي. أولاد الكلاب عنصريين.
Bro, you guys say some of the most racist shit, bro.
شي حشومة تهضر بحال هكا.
Yeah, no English.
Crazy, bro. I've never spoken like that, bro.
Can I say something?
No, hey, guys, if you guys gonna start. Okay. Hello, guys. If you guys gonna start talking Arabic, I'm gonna put you down. Keep it in English.
Well, no, he's actually cursing Moroccan people out.
Who?
I hate the language, so
Yeah.
I'm responding back to him.
Don't do that then,
I
everybody.
want to reply to Liv and
Don't do that.
Revenue.
Go ahead, Curly.
So, what are your resources for all of this nonsense you were spewing? You're claiming that Amazigh are a mix of white people? Are you serious? Do you know that the oldest skeleton that is found in history is in the Amazigh region? It's literally the oldest skeletons, bones they found.
Bro,
So where did
No,
you
wait,
find this
wait,
information?
wait,
Would you
give her a
please
chance.
reveal your resources. Amazigh has lived there for thousands and thousands of years. We are not a mix of white people. We are our own people and have always been. Our DNA consists of Amazigh, Iberian, Nigerian. So please, why are you so jealous of us or so spewing hate? I don't understand. Is it because you're confused about your own origin?
No,
Or is it because you don't have
Why would I
own
be
culture?
jealous of you?
I'm not jealous of Arabs.
What is this that you're trying to show,
The
Rocco?
DNA makeup of Moroccan people. 58% of Moroccan.
First of all, do you know that Wikipedia can be edited by almost everyone? And it says on the top of that, it is an unclear origin. Can you scroll on the top, please? Can you please scroll on the top? Show us what
No.
it says.
Show us.
It's on my screen right here. The host could just put me up on the.
Yeah, go ahead,
Scroll to
Raven.
the top of the page. It says the claims made in this article are unclear. Please let us.
No, wait. Let.
Do you want legitimate resources? Wait a second. I'm gonna bring.
No. This is a resource you have. So pull up
It's
the
in-
top screen.
wait,
Let us see what it says.
So your resource only is only Wikipedia. Is
Go
that
to
what
the
you're
top
saying?
screen. Why are you shy? Why
Go
are you not showing that
go
part?
all the way up. Go all the way up.
Why are you conveniently not showing that part? Go to the top, all the way to the top. The yellow.
There.
All right.
Super Light, can you put me on the big screen next?
Yeah. What do you want to show?
Hey, just real quick.
These are kings right here, bro.
Mm.
These are kings that
So
once
you're
ruled
still
in North
claiming
Africa. Look
Wikipedia
at
is
the
your
statues.
source?
Look at this. This is Jupiter II. This
It
is
literally
40
says
Arabs.
the origins of the claims in this article are unclear.
Clear. Mm.
It literally showed that.
So a bunch of white men ruled North Africa.
All right.
Yeah, these are bro.
Oh my
you gotta
God,
understand
this is
that-
so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed for you.
North Africans are basically proto-Mediterranean type people, bro. They live on a Mediterranean as well. I don't know why it's so hard for you to. So why is it so difficult for you to understand that Spaniards aren't black, but you want to think that North Africans are black, or like Southern Europeans aren't black, but then North Africans are? Like, how the fuck does that make sense?
Okay. So
They all live around the same area on the planet, dude.
Oh, hold on.
what
All
I
right.
got on my
Okay.
what I got on my screen, the mitochondrial
Wait.
DNA of Moroccan people.
Who's this? Okay.
68%.
Raven, you want me to show you? I can expand you. Revenue.
Wait. Let me read it. Studies on maternal lineage suggest a higher percentage of West Eurasian, 58% haplogroup compared to the African ones, 41% Therefore, while predominantly North African, I can't even read. I can't even read because it's cut off. Yeah, so essentially, you're 58%.
You guys do know that Africa and Europe were one, right? It wasn't always divided. You do.
Curly, can I just read the source?
Go ahead, finish up.
Majority of your DNA makeup is Western Eurasian, like the screen suggests, 58%.
Oh, it's not. How are you gonna say to me what my origins are? I am Amazigh. I've done a DNA test, and it doesn't say Western Eurasian. I don't know. You can pull up every website you want. That doesn't make it true.
Hey, but just explain this to me. Explain this to me, bro.
Curly,
why is Juba the second?
One at a time, guys. One at a time. One at a time.
Hold on. Look at Juba the second, right?
Wait.
Look at when he lived, bro. Look, it says BC, right? This is before the Arabs, right? This is a North African, right? Look at what it says right here. It says Juba the second was an Amazigh prince from Numidia. Let's go to Numidia. Let's see where Numidia is, right? There it is, North Africa, right? An Amazigh prince from North Africa. But you're gonna say, oh, what's up with his nose, right? His nose is broken off. Let's just go back a little bit. There goes another statue of him, okay? Juba the second. Let's go ahead and look at we can look at many other people that ruled in that area, bro. I mean, these are just their sculptures. This should show you what they look like, bro. Like, this is before the Arabs. Explain that to me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we not denying that it was white people in North Africa prior to the Arab invasion. We know you're white. We not. We're not denying that.
Amazigh people, bro. What the fuck don't you understand? It's
We're not denying the Amazigh. A large majority of the Amazigh people are Eurasian, just like the DNA study showed that I got on my screen.
All right, listen. The Eurasian shit. I'm gonna go with the Eurasian argument.
Rocco,
listen.
I'm gonna go with the experts in the field that say your majority of your DNA is Western Eurasian.
Okay, but you keep saying Eurasian, bro. Like, you're talking about like 30,000 years ago.
Bro, it's not 30,000 years.
Yes, it is, bro. It's 30,000 years ago. It's like 30,000 years ago.
One at a time.
Nothing to do with Europeans.
It's like 30. This man shouldn't talk about 30,000 years ago.
One second.
One at a time.
Guys, why are you arguing? Ibn al-Hawqan, Ibn Khaldun, al-Bakri, all these people, even the one so-called Herodotus, they talked about this. Why are you arguing? There are multiple sources proving this. These people are from Europe, man. What are you talking about?
Who's from Europe?
Who's from Europe?
What?
Moroccans, you guys, Moroccans, all the way from Europe.
Is this guy European?
So
Is this guy European?
This guy is an Ibero-Mauritian man. What are you talking about? He's like originally from Iberia.
He's an Amazigh, bro. No, Ibero-Mauritians are North
Iberian is not
Africans.
the European.
Spaniards are not
Understand
Ibero-Mauritians.
the paternal DNA of
Spaniards are not Ibero-Mauritians, bro.
man. Like, where is
Iberians are
Ibero-Mauritian
not
people
European.
from? Iberia. What are you talking about?
Iberians are not
Not, dummy.
European.
They're not from Iberia, bro.
All right, we have.
Spaniards do not have Ibero-Mauritian blood. They have maybe like 2% of it. Spaniards are mostly Anatolian. They're Anatolian. Celtic and
Iberians have
Visigoths.
nothing to do with
Rocco,
Europe.
so why majority of Moroccan DNA go back to Eurasia and not Africa?
The
It
most
goes to Africa, but I guess if you go back 30,000 years ago, then yeah, it's the back to African migration.
Rocco, 1 second. The most, I mean, the
30,000 years
the
ago.
purest Amazigh
Yes.
people
One at a time. One at a time.
are more than 90%, or like more than 80%. I mean,
Man, it's
Ibero-Mauritian DNA.
One at a time. One at a time.
Their DNA is more than 80% Ibero-Mauritian. So you are from like Iberia. Chill out, man.
And what is Iberia? Iberia is Amazigh.
Iberia is Spain, Portugal. That's what you call Iberia. That's Europe.
No, that's what you say it is, but it's not.
You just saying shit without backing it up at all.
That's really dumb. Go.
Well, I
You're
just
saying Somalia is USA. You're just making things up.
Iberian region is known to be Portugal and Spain. What are you talking about? Are you
how I made this stuff up and I showed you the DNA analysis of Morocco. I just showed it to you.
This guy
It's
wants
simple.
some side.
Amazigh,
Who?
we
Which
are
guy?
our own people.
Was
We
let
have
me
the
up.
oldest
Okay.
data found of skeletons worldwide. They found it in the Amazigh region. So claiming that we are a mix of
Bro, these skeletons.
Indians,
Hey, how long?
Wait, sister,
ignorant
wait.
when
Those skeletons.
One at a time.
Eastern
One.
Europe skeletons found.
No, 1 second. No, wait. I mean, those who lived in the extreme north, like you've been talking about the skeletons. These skeletons are mostly or originally E1B1B, which is a black African who migrated from Eastern Africa. Wait a second, migrated from Eastern Africa. That's literally what's where E1B1B is from originally.
And how do you know that?
Bro, 40 to 30,000 years ago.
Actually, Arabs. Is that your
30 to 40,000 years
Wait.
ago.
Argument we're having, bro.
Wait.
We're not
Wait.
having that argument.
Wait.
We're
Wait.
talking about
Wait.
we're talking about where there are people in North Africa before the Arabs came through that weren't black. You're talking about Aboriginals that fucking lived. I mean, those are early humans, bro. We're talking what the fuck?
I mean, there are a lot
It's
of
like you're bringing up. It's like you're
Okay.
bringing up Anatolians and bringing up like, bro, what are we talking about?
That's literally what eyewitnesses are.
How long has Aborigines been in North Africa? Like, when did they first come there?
Bro, they've been there for like more than 40,000 years ago.
40,000 years ago. Okay, cool.
listen.
So that means we're Aborigines, right? So that means I'm an Aborigine. So we've been in Africa for 40,000 years, is what you're trying to say. So that means before
If
the
you're
Arabs
nice.
came through, we were there. That means when the Romans went to fucking North Africa and they saw my people, that means it was me, bro.
You've never seen Morocco. You're not even from Morocco. You're from
I am Moroccan.
He's Moroccan. He's Moroccan. Live.
Bro, I'm Moroccan.
Relax.
I'm Moroccan, bro.
All right. Give him a chance.
It's like a Moroccan girl broke.
Okay. Hold on.
So convinced that
Hold on.
telling Moroccans their own identity, man.
All right.
Like,
Let's
I'm not even Moroccan and I'm getting upset.
let's give Farah.
Literally, we look alike, both of us.
Go ahead, Farah.
Like, do you think Egyptians are also not indigenous and they're actually
What are you
European?
talking about? Like,
Because we're talking about all North Africans, you're talking about all Amazigh people. I'm asking you.
listen. When it comes to Egypt, it's totally different. Egypt been invaded for so many times, and people that are original because they are mixed from all those type of invasion and the original people. I cannot say they're not originally from there. I'm not that stupid,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
Okay, so but listen carefully, yeah.
That's for being nice.
Yeah, the what so-called Amazigh been there for thousands of years in that region.
Wait, hold on,
They've been
Rico.
in North Africa for thousands of years. E1B1B was firstly black, moved to Levant, got mixed there, and did back migration. Listen, did back migration, and then got mixed with the Ibero-Maroons and all that. So please,
All right,
man,
look, this is an Egyptian right here, bro. This is an Egyptian. This is a Middle Eastern person, right? This is a Nubian, which is, a black person. And then this is a Libyan, which is what the Berbers and Amazigh people are called, right?
No.
You see how the Egyptians painted themselves as the Egyptians, right? This is the Middle Eastern, which is like the Syrian or someone from like, basically Palestine. This is a Nubian, which is someone from Sudan and that kind of area.
And southern
then this
Egypt,
is a Libyan, bro.
bro, these are the Libu people. Libu people.
The
were-
Libu people. Okay, cool. The Libu people.
Wait.
Let's go to the Libu people.
there is no an authentic source that support the idea that the Libu are the Amazigh today.
Yes, they are, bro.
Let me know when you're ready.
You can just look it up. I'll
Let me
look it up real quick.
let me know when you're ready,
That's
Rocco.
literally the same exact people, bro. They went through many different names. It's the same people.
All right. All right.
Show a picture here because
You're right.
I want
Okay,
to
so
show
you say
about the skeleton.
Negriti and Melanogaitulis are also Amazigh. Is that what you say? Are you saying the Karra and all those people who lived in that region, the Meshwish,
The Meshwish, right? The Meshwish.
the Meshwish lived in Fazan region.
Listen, abbreviated ancient Egyptians as Ma was an ancient Libyan tribe of Berber origin, right there, bro. So
So
right
you've
there.
been your sister just refuted. Your sister
This is how they look. This is how they look, bro. They're not
Are you
black.
from Egypt? Okay.
I'm not saying they're black. No one's saying
Okay,
like
yeah,
they're
but I'm
black.
sure.
Just
Look,
1 second.
this is Ramses, right? Look, listen, this is Ramses, right? The Egyptian. This is him fighting against the Libu, the Meshwesh people. Do you see their skin color?
Okay,
They're the same skin color as me, bro. Those people are the Amazigh. These are Egyptians painted them, dog. What the fuck are you talking? These are
All right.
not
All right. All right.
Europeans. These are
All right.
white
All right.
Africans.
You said
Fighting them.
Guys,
All right.
did you hear him? He said Mishwish are Amazigh. All of you heard him, right? Okay.
Someone just said the Nubians are the indigenous of Egypt. How dumb?
Meshwesh. Look, it says it right here. Meshwesh, bro. What the fuck? Like it says
All
it
right, all
right
right, all
there.
right. Okay,
Meshwesh
okay,
are
okay, okay.
Berber
Wait, hold
origin.
on, hold on. Guys, we have to try to keep it clean. Yeah, let's still put the cursing to a minimum or non-existence at all. It would be
But your
nice.
question is why are we so divided? It's because
Yeah.
some people like Liv, because he likes to create chaos. Rocco was making an excellent point.
No, let her finish. Live.
It's because if
Rocco
you
made an
Live.
excellent
Let her
point that we need
finish.
to be united and we need to keep these Westerns out
Let
of
them give.
Africa and our resources. And why are you turning this topic into Moroccans and
Yeah.
Amazigh?
Yeah.
Why are
Okay.
you
Good
attacking
point.
your African brothers and sisters?
Hold on, everybody.
I don't wait.
No, hold on. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Babubi.
I don't disagree with, I mean, the idea of unity, but you have to convince your own people there in North Africa that they have, like, to stop hating on blacks. That's it.
Thank you.
It's not my job to convince other people. Rotten people are everywhere. You
life
cannot
is
change
completely
them.
right though. Life is completely right. There are so many North Africans who are very racist and colorist.
Yes, that is so,
No,
but we
actually,
cannot
not a lot.
change them.
There are a
Unfortunately.
lot. So I mean, that's a big part of it too.
Africans are fucking bitches, low key.
Oh, who was that? Who was that?
Generalize it to a group of people and their identity.
Who was? Oh, wait.
That's a problem that has to be discussed, and I'm North African, and I'm saying that.
Okay, wait. Who?
That you can hate on us because we have some rotten people who unfortunately think like that.
Wait. I don't know. Bonnie. Wait, hold on, user. I don't know. Bonnie, was it you who said effing the B word?
No, it was but she
Okay. Yeah, I put it down because I said no cursing, y'all.
Yeah, no,
It says
All right.
Libyans were known far and wide as glorious warriors with extraordinary physical strength. They were efficient and effective when combined with an army. So the Romans literally used to go to North Africa and find these cavalries, these Libyans, which is the Amazigh people, and they used to use them in their military. The Romans fought against the Amazigh people. It was called the Punic Wars, bro. Go look that shit up. They fought against them. Hundreds, for hundreds of years, they fought against them. The Egyptians fought against the Libyans as well. The North Africans, they were also terrorized by them as well. We actually became, we have a dynasty in Egypt, bro. We actually took over Egypt for a little while. Same as the Nubians, they took over Egypt as well. But like, dude, we gotta stop with this bullshit.
Thank you, Slim. Thank you, Slim.
That we are Arabs and we came from in 700 AD, right? I've showed people. They said like before 700 AD, North Africans did not look like you. I'm showing people like statues and sculptures and paintings and shit from BC that's showing people that aren't black living in North Africa. They're distinct different from the Europeans. The Europeans write about them like they say that they were tall, right? Like compared to the Romans were short. I'm 6'2". They said that they were tall people, fair skin. Some had darker skin. Some had blonde hair and red hair. Some had dark hair. My grandfather, he's an Amazigh man. He has red hair and green eyes. He's an Amazigh. My grandmother, she has Berber tattoos, Amazigh tattoos on her face. She has blonde hair, bro. Like, what do we? It's like these are just people, man. Go look at the Canary Islanders, bro.
Thank you.
Go read about those people as well. Those people are also just our distant cousins.
Thank you, Rocco. I got a lot of people in the queue. If you want to come up quicker, so you see what you should do, just basically send some gifts. I'd appreciate it, and if you can come up quicker.
You wanna
go ahead.
Can I answer the prompt really quickly, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I was like coming up here because I heard like some people saying spreading misinformation, but to answer the prompt, I feel like a huge part of Africa's division is this whole idea of race. This race idea that Africans in history never saw themselves primarily as black. That's an imported and then an internalized idea into Africans. That's a Western idea. And the fact that Africans are now starting to even make this into their whole identity. No, Africa used to always be ethnic, regional, or civilizational. It used to always be where you're from, where your ethnic group, your regional group, or grouped by civilization. So this whole race idea that we're fighting about, oh, you're black, you're light, this never existed. This is a whole before colonialism, this never existed. This is just racial hierarchies. There's colorism in North Africa now, anti-blackness. All these things are introduced by the West. And I don't understand why we're sitting here arguing about these things, because they were literally introduced to put us down. This whole idea of race came in the 16th century to put everyone who was not white not human. So we were literally dehumanized. Anyone who is not white, from the Arabs all the way to Africans to even the Asians, everyone was below white. So the fact that we're even arguing about this is like we're really that dumb to be falling for these mind games by Europeans. It's really stupid.
Okay, good point,
You know,
user.
That's just my opinion.
Okay, wait. I have wait, user. I have something I want to ask you then. So in that situation, what else? What can Africa, let's say the African continent or Africans do in order to be more unison, bring them together? So we were talking
To be
about think
honest-
about solution
honest with
oriented.
you, it
Yeah.
starts individual.
And-
It starts individually, right?
What do you mean?
Change starts individually. You know, we can't have people still being colorist. We can't have people claiming other people are African. It starts individually because how are we gonna, say it? And this is politics aside. I think the first step Africa should take is to kick out all these colonialist countries that are destroying our continent. From the Arabs who are destroying Sudan right now, the UAE that's literally destroying all of Sudan right now, to the Europeans who are buying land in Egypt and all of North Africa, to West Africa that's still being controlled. Like that's the first step, right? And then after we remove these political influence on our continent, we start removing their ideas that they put on us, like this whole race idea. This never existed, right? Again, it's a colonial idea. This race idea never existed. So I think the first step is just to politically remove these colonialists, but it's a lot harder to remove them when we have some people like Liz coming up and saying you're European, you're not even African. How the hell are we supposed to unite? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not dark enough to be Egyptian. Oh, you're not light enough to be Egypt. Like it's just a whole concept. So before we
May I say a
remove,
few words, please, when you're done?
Yeah.
May I say a few words?
No,
as
no.
a mother,
Yeah,
as
sure.
a Moroccan woman,
Ho-
married a man from Ivory Coast. We raise our kids. We share our knowledge, and we realize we have so much in common. We even have words that connect. We have the way we eat, the way we do the hygiene, the way we argue, the way we honor the woman and the husband and the children and the ancestors and the parents. This is a big misunderstanding. You guys need Moroccan outside of Morocco. You need to educate yourself about where you're from, accept where you're from, explain to your kids racism is not okay, be educated. My husband didn't know that he was from Mali. He was always making joke about Mali people, Guinea people, because in West Africa they have them thing too going on. They think they're superior. The Jula think they're superior to the Bete. So when he did his DNA test with my children, they did the DNA because they wanted to know why my mom, she's so light and she's from Africa. They find out that they're 50% from Mali. They find out 40 something percent from North Africa, and the rest was divided between Nigeria, East Africa. So we were all surprised about the husband, about the daddy DNA, because he was always talking shit about Mali, and that humbled him down. So you guys need to know really where you come from. You accept your neighbor, you accept where you come from, and you know what? Let's support each other like we brothers and sisters. It's not something fancy that I'm saying or some bullshit, but I'm telling you, if you really love your neighbor in Islam, because I'm Muslim, my husband is Muslim. If you love God, you love your neighbor. You love your brothers, so you're happy for them, and you forgive them when they do something wrong. If they say something wrong, you correct them, you educate them. We're not here. There's a lot of ignorant people texting shit, even about the prophet. I was so shocked that they got the chance to even say some stupid stuff and get away with it. It's all about education, and it starts with the parents. Raise your kid properly, and don't get surprised at the end of the day. Because the time that you spend on the phone or in front of the TV, spend it with your kids and do some research. That's what I'm going to say. And may Allah protect all of us as brothers and sisters.
Thank you. Thank you. Guys, let's get the likes up. Everybody in the chat, hold on. Everybody in the chat, tap the screen, everybody in the chat. I think someone wanted to say, you wanted to respond to what user said. Somebody, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so actually, this was also to touch on something that I think his name was Leaf, like the Mauritanian guy from before.
Yeah.
I think his last comment before he got off was that Moroccans weren't African because they are like anti-black, which is a really interesting concept, and it comes back to the whole concept that to be African you have to look one way. Do you know? And like I think that that's also what's creating just division within Africans, is just expecting everybody to look the same, when that is what's so beautiful about Africa, is its diversity. And on top of that, like, of course, there are North Africans who are very colorist, who can be racist, but that doesn't mean that we generalize an entire region of Africa to be one thing, when there are many who are trying to change those ideas. And I think another concept that's really, really upsetting is that it's, when it comes to Africa, especially like sub-Saharan Africa, claiming Morocco when it's convenient for them, or claiming North Africa when it's convenient. For instance, 2022 World Cup, we were the first African country to make it to the semifinals.
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
And
we were
then
the first African country to make it to the semifinals, which opened up a lot of slots for more African countries, which again, now we're African when it benefits, but when it's
Yeah.
not beneficial, we are
Then-
no longer African, which is honestly just a really, really interesting concept. And I think a lot of what I've heard is that, realistically speaking, this is going to be a never ending conversation and debate, because regardless of the facts that you bring to the table, people are already going to have their minds made up. And unfortunately, people aren't going into this willing to learn something new, but rather to argue their own point, like their own point.
Can I ask her something? Can I ask sister something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that okay? Hello. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Slim. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
sir.
wanted to ask a sister. We had a sister maybe a couple of days ago. We had a sister that said that, you know, she was not African. She was more related to the European. But I pointed out that she was part of the Berberit. It's this sub haplogroup called the Berberit. It reaches all the way from the Mauritanians all the way down to the Somalis and the Ethiopian and certain Ethiopian groups. Did you know that? That you are connected to them by blood. Did you know that?
No idea.
No, yeah, I was asking the sister that.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Can
And
you explain that one more time? I'm thinking
yeah.
I'm not really understanding what you're
Yeah,
saying.
can you repeat, Slim?
There's a haplogroup, a sub haplogroup called Berberit. It grew up from all the way from the Horn and went all the way to the Berberit, to the most of them, you know, the northern African from Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia. Did you know that they have the same DNA blood as the East Africans, the Horn of Africans, rather, and the Mauritanians? Did you know that they share a common background? Did you know that?
I mean, I can see that.
You did not know that. This is 100% fact. This is.
What is your point exactly?
Yeah, I'm not
The
really
point is that
understanding.
it is undeniable. It is whether you like it or not. It is 100% fact. They share it because they share the Natufian blood and part of the Nihilistic blood that created.
So essentially, are you saying that, like, just so I'm understanding here, like, final point in what you're trying to say is, are you trying to say that undeniably, whether North Africans like it or not, they are African?
Yeah, Berberit.
Exactly.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
No one is disagreeing with that. 100%.
Yeah,
But I do disagree with something Sabriana said.
Sabrina?
Oh, Sabrina, my bad.
Yeah.
One thing you said about Africans like to claim North Africans whenever it's convenient. I definitely agree with you on that point, but I do see that vice versa a lot more. North Africans claiming to be African when they want to. You know, when they want to say the N-word, they claim, "Oh, I'm African, bro. I can say the N-word." That's just an example. Oh, when you know, we're talking about anything that Africa's good, when they want to be niche or different, they say, "Oh, I'm African," right? And then sometimes you see North Africans saying, "Oh, Africans are dirty. We're Arab." So it's like it's also very vice versa. You know, I'm Upper Egyptian, right? So I'm from South Egypt, so we're darker in our area.
Yeah.
So I see, I see a lot of people tell me, oh, like Egyptians, other Egyptians tell me, why
you.
are you so black? How are you Egyptian? Or how are you so dark? And I'm not even that dark. But it's like, it's built up due to, again, it's all due to, I blame everything on the West, just because I've looked in deeper into it. Everything is rooted from colonialism. And the fact that we are still going through these ideologies is insane, you know? I'm like a huge believer of uniting Africa since I was a kid, right? Like all through high school, I had started Pan-African organizations, but it starts really from home and it starts individually. People just need to stop having so much hatred towards other groups and adapting these colonial mindsets. You know what I mean?
Yes. Bonnie, you from Egypt too, right, Bonnie?
Yeah, I want to say I'm also Egyptian.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
My mom is from like Alexandria, and my dad, his family originates from Cairo, but like he lived in Alexandria. But like kind of what you were saying, usually I agree with. Like, of course, there's racism. There's gonna be, I feel like, racism. Even within like, I feel like even within Europe, there is racism amongst their own people, but that's because people adopted, like you said earlier, like very colorist views on what makes someone like a part of the country. Like there's a kind of a stereotype sometimes too. But I feel like this type of question, like the prompt, like why are Africans so divided? Like you said, it comes from an individual. I grew up and I never claimed not to be African, but I also never claimed to not be Arab either. I identified as both because I have to recognize my culture as much as I have to recognize like where I'm ethnically from. I feel like it would be a disservice to do that to myself and to like, where Egypt is now.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Well, Egypt linguistically and culturally is 100% Arab, but our DNA is not Arab at all.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
I've always recognized both. I feel like it's kind of a disservice to only
it's
one.
very important that we recognize the second one, that we are not Arab, right? This is
Yeah, I
perfectly
identify
Arab.
as North African.
If I can explain to you guys.
Go ahead,
It's
Sam.
also very different from the
Give Slim a
because
chance.
Egyptians are not.
Give
I'm going to
yeah.
explain something to you guys, especially the North Africans and the East Africans. There was a back migration. So back in the day, long time ago, 23,000 years ago, this is 23,000 years ago, people left Africa and they went into the Levant, what is today known as Palestine and Lebanon, that area. They stayed there for a long time. And then the area got a little bit dry and cold.
Guys,
Then
like.
what a lot of people did, they went back down. They went back down into the. So what happened was, they started going down, and the people that went down to up until the what is modern day today called Sudan, they didn't mix so much. They went back up to the to the Morocco, what is today Morocco, Algeria, and all that area. And then the southern ones, they went south. The ones that went further south, that went to what is today known as Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia. They mixed with the Neolithic people a little bit, but never with the Bantu, and that's a shame. But it is a fact of life. They never mixed with the Bantu, so that's why you see zero Bantu in Somalis and Ethiopians till today. You see zero Bantu DNA. But what happened was the connection between the Amazigh, and the Berber people from the north all the way to the Horn of Africa. It stayed a very strong connection, and they still till today have the same culture, still use the same words. And if you go all the way to Egypt, they still have the same words of everything, from the olden days all the way to the modern days.
Okay. All right.
100% fact. You can look it up.
Yeah.
Wait, but are there not Somali Bantus? If I'm not mistaken.
But they were imported.
Yeah, I know, from the Indian Ocean slave trade. I know that.
I'm not very proud of that to say that, but that is imported people from through the Arab slave trade. They were imported.
The Indian Ocean, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah, I know that. I know that story.
It was called the Somali Sea. You know, but yeah.
Are you Somali?
I am Somali.
Oh, okay, Somali.
Yes, but that did happen. That did happen. This is true. What you said is very true. Until today, we have to deal with the Somali Bantu, which is only like maybe like a 0.1% of the population, but it's still a significant amount of people. About 100,000 people that you know that feel like that, and we have to deal with that. So.
Okay.
I commend you for knowing that.
Thank you. Wisdom. I think you're new here. Wisdom. Is there something you want to add?
Yeah. Greeting to the women and family and friends and brothers and sisters. I greet you all. And I think it's a good conversation to speak about and all to reason where we from and what and where we landing from.
Yeah.
Because covenant is given to one special people. And it's not about feelings, it's about bloodline. So even how you feel about it is about bloodline. It's about instructions. It's about how can we restore the earth again to righteousness. Because we are not going nowhere. Above us is waters. Beneath us is waters. Your body is water. So we have to manifest on ground where we are living in the land that the Creator promises. And that is what many people don't understand. And that's what imam and pastors never learn you. But we as a living people, we restore that to you.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think the problem in Africa being divided is really religion.
Yeah.
Africa, since the beginning of time, has been split up in thousands and thousands of religion.
A lot.
But it's your opinion, man.
It's not opinion; it's a reality, though.
Okay, but all right.
If it was opinion, I will speak with you. We will be laughing.
I think colonialism is the main reason Africa is being divided.
Okay. Okay. In which matter do you say that it's opinion and what I say, like for you, sounding in your ear? How do you mention that it's opinion in a sounding when I'm trying to explain to you?
Thank you.
But how is it fact either?
I mean, there is no fact.
Wait,
there is no straight fact for why are Africans so divided, right? This is a conversation. There are multiple facts, but there's not number one reason that you know, and it's definitely not religion.
I do know. Why.
It's definitely not religion.
I know the why. Do you know the why? You don't know the why.
But okay, tell us, wisdom. Why?
Tell us the why. I already explained the why before.
I do know
tell us the why.
Go ahead, then tell us.
Most people do know the why. Most people do know the why within their spirit, their own self. Because we disappointed, we betrayed the living spirit within ourselves. That's how can we expect something else what we are seeing in front of our eyes if we betrayed our own living spirit in ourselves? Because we ourselves and everybody in a room that living knows that is wicked, but never they want to blend the wickedness on people and outside themselves. Correct yourself within to shine forth outside, because everything will happen here on earth. So let Muhammad,
guys, like,
Jesus even fly.
Okay. Okay, all right, okay. Hold on. One person. All right. Bonnie, how do you feel? What do you think about what he's saying?
I think that type of agenda is driven
No, wait.
Oh my god.
Wait, let her finish, wisdom. Go ahead, Bonnie. Go ahead.
I think that's an agenda that's driven from not the goal obviously with that type of agenda is not to unite Africa, it's to spread propaganda. But I was gonna go back to what User was saying and what Wisdom was saying. I think it would be an excuse to not say the French and British colonial scholarship has nothing to do with it, and just to say it's only individual realistically as well. I think Africa one way that it could unite is to build unity and trade amongst, so it can be self-sufficient. Unfortunately, because a lot of different countries have to rely on the West and have to rely.
Can't be self-sufficient right now.
Why not?
Because of our politicians and leaders are.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that's a goal that I feel like would eventually lead to unity, is when you have it happening within.
Right.
One at a time. One at a time.
Money is what you feel, but the reality is that which they call Africa, and they don't know it's Africa, is the name of the Roman Empire. But even Africa, they need accountability, and that accountability comes down to the man and the woman, and it comes down to children, and it comes down till your four corners between where you.
Wisdom. No one is saying that there is no accountability. Like, we agreed to, even an individual, like the user said this before, we need to take accountability as an individual to recognize that colorism happens, racism happens. Like, that's something that we are not going to go and blame it just on, like, the Europeans and like the British and all that. We recognize an individual accountability.
I would like to ask. I would like to ask you. Can I say, brother? Can I say?
Go ahead.
I would like to ask the brothers from the northern Africa, Moroccans, Algerians, if they are here right now. Do you feel that you are being played down if you are part of the African?
Of course.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
No.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Can you let them answer?
Let him finish.
I'm East African. I'm Somali, and I'm very close to many Moroccans. I just want to ask, do the Moroccans on this panel at this moment, right here, right now?
You have to be proud as a Shemite, as a Hamite. You have to be proud because it's your father bloodline. We are proud as Shemites. I'm Shemites.
Yeah, can you give a minute?
I'm Shem.
Yeah,
but
you get that.
From the same father, but you get jealousy of me because I get the covenant.
Brother, can you give me a second?
You understand that?
I understand. I understand.
No, you don't understand that. You don't understand that. You will learn maybe after tomorrow.
Okay, I wanted to ask the brothers and sisters from Morocco and Algeria, if they are here on this panel right now. I wanted to ask you guys, do you consider yourself a part of what we are talking about, or do you consider yourself more European or more towards that side? Please tell if you can answer. If anybody is here from that group.
What was the question? Okay, let's Theo. Let's leave Theo.
Africa, so I don't know what we're gonna claim ourselves. There's many ignorant. They're like, yeah, we're Moroccan because they vex.
I didn't see your
bullshit. Everybody fell for it. Yeah, we not African. We're not Arab. We're Moroccan.
Nothing is bullshit. The only bullshit
No, wisdom. Wait. Okay, I got you. Wisdom.
Listen, I do not speak for Morocco. I speak for myself. The gentleman said, if there's any North African in this chat, please speak up. I'm speaking up. I told you again, I marry a man from Ivory Coast. I am Moroccan. We are four children.
No, hold on.
I care.
Let her finish. I got it, Slim.
You ask me for my opinion, I give my opinion. Yes, when I speak with my children, I explain to them that we are from Morocco and Morocco is in Africa, like it or not. Like it or not, okay? Just like Asia, it's very complex, Africa is very complex. That's it. And the only thing that can unify us is education and respect for each other. Okay? That's it. You want to stay close-minded? Be like this.
You have to correct the facade and redeem the soul within if it's alive.
Okay.
I don't understand when you talk like that. So make it simple for me. Please make it simple for me.
If you upright within, you blend the accent of France, and where you are, you shine forth light.
I still don't understand.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow you understand. Maybe.
Can I ask
Inshallah, maybe tomorrow I understand. No problem.
No.
I'm not ashamed to say that I don't understand.
Let's give.
It doesn't matter. it's a process to understand.
Okay, all right, Slim,
Wait,
Slim.
let Slim ask his question.
No, let's
Wisdom, can you be,
go ahead.
please, if you wisdom can be quiet for 2 seconds, and also Babu, sister, I appreciate your passion. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, and I appreciate Super Life. You're doing
Yeah.
an amazing job. But all
Yeah,
I
I'll
wanted
try.
to hear is the brothers and sisters from the horn of from the north of Africa. Do you feel like you are a part of this situation, or do you think that you are above it, or do you think that maybe this is not what you are supposed to be a part of? Please explain to me how and how you can be a part of it, or if you think that you are separate from it.
Oh, you talking to me? Yeah. Wait.
No, one at a time. One at a time. One at a
He's
time.
asking all of the North Africans on the panel if they identify with being African or not. Is that essentially what you're asking?
Yeah. Essentially, if they are part of this conversation and if they are part of the African community and
Yes.
if they are part of the whole conversation that we are having.
Okay, I want to speak, please. I want to speak, please.
We heard.
Could I answer really quick?
Can the other sisters?
No, oh wait. Okay, let's give Theo. Theo, he's been here for a while. You haven't said
thank
much.
you.
Go ahead,
I
Theo.
just, okay, there's 3 things that I want to talk about. One,
Yeah.
Morocco is part of Africa. They can't take the geography from, like, the parts of Morocco and just move it to a different continent. They are Moroccan. We are African. We are Berber, Amazigh, and we are Arabic. So do not say, oh, they are Amazigh only, they are Berber only, they are Arabic. There is a different tribe, different people in each country. So do not keep saying like, oh, they are only Arab. That's why they don't want to be part of Africa.
Moroccans are manipulating. They want to be Spaniards.
Wisdom.
A little bit. Let me finish, and then I will give you the word if you want to say.
Go ahead.
I don't care about religion. If you want to talk about Islam, talk about Christian, about Judaism. That's you. You can talk about that. But as of now, are we part of Africa or not? Yes, we are part of Africa. The thing is, like I live now in the United States, and I see a lot of Black Americans that if you are not black, you are not black enough. So that's the thing with Africa. If you are not looking like the same, so you are not part of Africa because you are not black, or you are not black enough. That's what
it's not about the color, it's about the spirit. It's about the spirit. It's about the spirit. It's about the spirit before the...
Whatever you want to say after that.
I'm
Just
muting.
talking about my points, and then you can say whatever you want to say. That's number one. Number two, when you see North Africans divided, because it's not just the whole Africa. It's when you see like North African, Algeria with Morocco, we always fighting about Sahara, we're fighting about other things. It's all divided because one, remember who was taking over your country? France, Belgium, a lot of them that. So it's still part of our culture that we are following the boss, whatever they call it. But the thing is, we need to like just rethink our way of thinking, because like Slim saying, oh, because the Berber moved to North Africa. No, they didn't move. They were there from first of when they are native Moroccans. They are Berber. They are
Really quickly, I just wanted to say. I just want to say. Let's as like North Africans. Let's try to like refrain from using the term Berber because it is a derogatory term.
Absolutely. I tried to say MSF, but most people they don't understand what is that. I'm like, okay, that's the name of the native Moroccans or native Yemen. It's Amazigh. Some of them they call themselves different tribes. So when you say Berber, is
Guys, like, let's get the likes up here, everybody.
Yeah. Brother, you have to learn, Theo.
Wisdom. What is?
Yeah, Theo, make you land 10 seconds. Make you land so that we can speak, about it.
Wait, can I respond to what Slim's question was?
Wait. Theo gonna land.
No.
Almost gonna land.
No, Theo, you finish? Are you finished, Theo?
Yes, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Sure. I mean, go respond. You wanted to respond to what Slim said, right?
Yeah, of course. So pertaining to his question of asking, like, do any of the North Africans on this panel feel and identify with being African? 100% yes. I just think about our intensive history, and no matter what, like, the facts show that we have been on the land, and there's no time beforehand where you can prove that North Africans were never a part of that land. That's for starters. For two, I think another point that people aren't understanding is what is Africa going to get? Like, what do we get out of not including North Africa? Like, what's the objective?
Thank you for understanding the question. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
of course. I was just gonna say, like, what's the objective? Like, what do we get from not including North Africa? Like, as a North African, why do a lot of sub-Saharans, and I'm not gonna generalize the entire region, of course.
I understand your question, my sister. I want to ask you a question in a moment.
Wait, yeah, okay.
Let her finish. Let her finish, y'all. Come on.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, and again, I want to bring this point back to it. Like, actually, let me ask you, Wisdom. Have you ever been to Morocco?
I've been everywhere.
Have you been to Morocco?
Everywhere.
So I've been in Morocco also.
Okay.
How long did you stay?
I'm a traveler though.
How long did you stay?
Thank you, Theo.
Finish
Appreciate
your
you,
story.
Theo. Thank you.
I want to ask you a question. Don't come blending in emotions.
No, I'm just asking you a simple question.
Okay, but finish your question first.
Wisdom.
I already answered you. Finish your question.
But you didn't answer my question.
No, finish your statement then.
I'm done with my statement. I asked the ending of my statement was asking you.
Slim.
I answered you.
If she was finished, brother, let me ask. The reason why I asked, the sister really clearly established the reason why I asked what I asked. I have grown up with Moroccans my whole life. I promise you. I grew up in Holland. I know Moroccans from Belgium, from Germany, and from France.
All right.
I'm telling you. Oh my God.
Hold on, bro. There's a lot of people in the queue.
I know what I was asking. I knew exactly what I was asking. So I know.
Let's like up. Let's get the likes up.
But that's why I asked, and the sister clearly made a 1 in a million statement for us.
Wait, you have to send me. Wait, hold on. Give me a moment, guys. Griffx, you have to send the invitation so you can come up. But you guys, you see it. Let me up. You're not in the list. You have to be part of the list to be accepted.
Yeah,
and guys,
we're just trying to reason with each other,
Sure. Guys, also let's get the likes up. Let's get to 20k likes, y'all. Everybody, let's get to 20k likes. Tap the screen as you are here, as you are listening. Thank you. Slim, you can finish up, Slim.
I was just saying tap.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I'm doing.
I'm good, Rams. How you doing?
The reason why I asked what I asked was the sister actually proves my point that she's actually one of the ones that, and I don't see it. I swear to God, I'm not joking. Wallahi al-Adim. I grew up between Moroccans. I grew up with more Moroccans than my own people, and I know many Algerians from university in Hull, where I went into the university in the UK. So I have always felt that Somalis considered the Moroccans and the Algerians as a very close kin. You know what kin? You know what I say kin?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe does everybody know what kin is? Does anybody like family? Yeah.
Like we went to the same mosque. We have the same values. If you do something, my father will hit you. If I do something, your father will hit me. Things like that. We were always very close. We were always, but I've always felt that the Maghribis, especially the Moroccans, they thought that they were like on a little bit of a pedestal amongst us, and I think it was a genetically speaking, historically speaking, And when you look into the
Thank you, Yama.
of Africa,
Can I respond to you really quickly?
it has nothing. It has nothing. They are exactly the same people. They come from the same exact people, just the percentage or different.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, can I say something, host, really quickly?
I'm gonna
Wait.
Can I mute myself?
Yes, you can mute yourself, but I'm gonna also keep it rotating. Wait, you wanna say something? You have 1 minute, and then we're gonna go quicker, yo. We're gonna go quicker. Go ahead,
I just
Yusa.
wanted to talk about like the terms that we're still using up here, like North Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa. Again, this whole idea never existed before the colonial administrations and the European geographers came into Africa, right? Especially the French and British. So this whole thing started in the 18th and 19th century. And I don't know if you guys are known with Hamitic and the Negroid races, where they were claiming North African achievements were actually from outsiders, right? So they were also using these different things to govern people. So like Slim K said, the French, for example, governed the Algeria as an extension of France, but they governed West and Central Africa as colonies. So it goes really, really deep into colonialism. We're talking about our own continent using their terms. Do you see how crazy this is? Right now, we're sitting here talking about our own continent using their terms that they use to dehumanize us and to take credit for all of our advances in technology, sciences, medicine. So that's the crazy part, that we're still using these terms to describe ourselves and each other, that they were made to put us down. And Slim, this pedestal thing, yes, North Africans do have this ideology that they are better than other Africans, but it also comes through all Africans, right? All Africans kind of have this nationalistic idea, you know what I mean? But this idea is extremely prevalent in North Africa because of the colonialism and what they did to North Africa, where they kind of put Algeria and Morocco and, you know, extended them of France and left West Africa and Central Africa as colonies. So it was literally the same continent and different treatment. So all these ideologies still come from the white man, the Europeans, who dehumanized all of us and took advantage of us, and it's still working till today.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Ahmed, we have Ahmed here.
Yeah, thank you, brother, for having me. I think you hear me, and I see why Africa is so divided. To my idea, Africa is divided because of colonial era. Colonialism, those who colonized Africa, divided into parties. And everybody knows that the history of Africa, when we go back to partition and scramble of Africa, they divided Africa into pieces. We had economically and culturally, we are rich people. Still, Africa is undergoing the process of the European. We say always we are independent.
Senator,
but I
let me
think
see. Yeah, go ahead. Ahmed.
we are not independent because there's something called neo-colonialism. Our youth are still arguing, you are a little bit lighter than me, you are a little bit darker than me. That is still what makes us far behind. And Africa cannot come back as the new generation, new era, what we are now today. I think Africa is one of the richest and prosperous continent in the world.
You want to come up? Yeah.
But we are used as like a spare part of our cars.
Yeah.
So one of the factors why we are divided is because of poverty. We are not in terms of land. Africa is not a poverty land, but it's created. So as long as we think deeply and we think critically, we cannot solve the issue. So when I came to your chamber, I see that people was talking about Morocco. Some people were talking about especially North. We don't. Basically, to me, I don't care about whether it's North or South or Central. Africa is Africa. Africa is one unit. So I don't see there's why we divide and why we make ourselves into categories A, Z, B. And this is what those people are created. Our elites, people who are well educated, they went to other countries, other continents. They never go back to Africa and do something good for our people. I think let us not argue. I think let us see the debate into something that we can get benefit, something that how do you see the way forward? How can we solve it? That is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Not
I definitely
Wait. I have a question for you, Ahmed. I see. Wait, Joshua, you keep telling me bring you up. Saying it like this is not gonna make me just choose you or pick you. Ahmed, you and the and what again? I think I saw your profile. You do crypto or AI? You do crypto and AI, right?
Yes, yes.
So how can you let me think about how Africa can elevate or unite? Do you know in what way you can use AI to elevate Africa or and even your country that you are from in Africa?
Yeah, basically AI is a new chapter that will change Microsoft. It's a new, like internet. Before, we used to have, Africa was behind in internet before. Now, AI is a new era. So if someone, I see we can learn Africa, the youth, new generation, you can learn. You can learn IT, especially AI, and you can make your own, let me say, for example, you can improve your economy. You know, some things when I look history, for example, let me get example like a Congo. I was seeing copper. 70% of the copper is from Congo, and it's one of the poorest country in the world, whereby the minerals resources, 70% of the whole world. Look, 3/4 of the mineral resource of cobalt is from Congo. Can you imagine? So when you compare Africa, is I think we youth, I mean the youth of Africa, are not wake up still. Our forefathers, they are not educated the way we are educated, but they are very strong when I compare to the way we are. So AI is one of the tools that you can use it for you can learn. And when we are serious, look, individuality, Africa is strong. But what we are missing is as a community, as a team. Even look, when in football, for example, when you look at someone from African players, for individual, they're the best. When they come to European teams, they are performing well. They are the best of all stars. When they go back to their country, they are nothing, zero. So Africa, we need teamwork. We need to be like a brother and sister, not like don't look what they are. Africa is a geography. It's not who you look like. Africa is big. So let's think like that, brother. Thank you.
If we want to talk about ways we can actually unite Africa, the first thing we should do is make Africa profitable, right? Like we should build trade corridors and we should make trading with other African countries cheaper than European trade and Arab trade, right?
True.
And the second most important thing is freedom of movement, and I fully believe in this. This is like number one for me. When I studied this, because when I started the Pan African Association, and we did what's it called, a presentation at the Smithsonian Museum. We did a presentation, and when I said one way we can unite Africa was movement. Why? Because if we expand visa travel between African countries and Africans move, marry, work, and build across these lines that Europeans drew, you know, unity will just become normal, right? Exactly. It will literally just become individual. Everyone will be united just because of work, moving, marrying, and building. And if we create cross-border economic zones, borders won't matter anymore, right? Because we all know that if we actually try and fix the colonial border, that's gonna be a huge war risk, at least in Africa right now. You know what I mean? And then obviously educating the youth, because that is the new beginning, right?
Hold up.
Wait,
We should
wait.
educate the adults as well. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Let's give guys.
The adults are so far gone.
User.
I'm sorry. When I talk
Hold
to
on.
other
Hold on.
African adults,
User.
we're so far
User.
gone.
Hold on. Hold on. Let's give Tabau. Wait. Hold on. Give me a moment. She's been here for a while, y'all. Give her a chance to speak.
Okay, so I see a comment by Blackie. She keeps saying that us Amazighians are not Africans. Well, me as an Amazighian, born in Africa, 98% Amazighian, 1% Nigerian, and the other 1% is Senegal. I am African. But here's the thing, is that I'm just not black enough to be African. I'm not white enough to be European. And I'm not Arab enough either, because in our culture, we don't even eat the same Arab food. We don't have hummus. We eat couscous. They don't have couscous.
Love
We
couscous.
have our own culture. We have our own culture, but we are still African at the end of the day.
And Blackie, I agree with you, Tabo, because Blackie also keeps saying North Africans are not African, they're white.
Well,
her
you need to
bio
learn what
says
Amazighian
born
is.
in
You've been around for a long time.
Yeah, and her bio
Thousands and
says
thousands
born
of
in
years.
Khartoum, Sudan.
And the
Khartoum,
reason-
Sudan. The name is an Arabic name, Blackie. What are you talking about?
No, I find it interesting that you guys are focusing.
Sudan is a part of the
I
Arab
find it
world.
interesting
They
that you guys are
speak Arab.
focusing
It's
on
North
that
Sudan, not South Sudan.
comment when there's multiple comments from your own people being racist and
I literally addressed that.
But you're not addressing that.
I literally addressed that the first time
Like,
I entered
guys,
this
like
live, I
up.
talked about.
Yeah, he's been talking.
Very,
Very. Hold on.
There's a white supremacy controlling our world right now. If you go to India, they try to bleach their skin to look white. Same in Africa. This is a problem worldwide. That the European lives on top of the hierarchy. Hold on, Terry. Hold on.
Very, you
So
have to wait.
because of this worldwide, why am I being muted?
Because you're not. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm muting you.
Recognition for having lighter skin as being
Yeah.
more beautiful. This is all over the world. So it's not because it's not because North Africans are racist. This is
Very, you
this is
have
a
to wait.
worldwide thing, and I'm against it. Like, Africa is for all colors. We come in all different shades. Just like if you go to Asia, if you go to south of the ocean, like Indonesia and the Philippines, they're darker, but they're Asians. If you go up north to Japan and China, they're lighter, but they're Asians. Same as Africa. We are north of the Sahara, which keeps us divided, because of the sub-Saharan. They're darker skinned. The Algerians and Moroccans, we're north of the Sahara, so we're lighter skinned. It just makes sense. We're next to the ocean, and across from that is Europe. So if you go higher up of Africa, we get lighter. If you go lower in Africa, it gets darker.
Tabo, I have to disagree with you. Tabo, I have to disagree with you. I'm sorry, I'm North African. You kind of pivoted from the problem she was saying by saying this is all over the world. She is specifically talking about Africans. When we're talking about Africans, we're not bringing the whole world into this. No, a lot of North Africans are colorist. Many North Africans are colorist and racist, right?
Everywhere.
East
Everywhere.
Africans
Even
too.
Africans are colorist towards North Africans and vice versa. It's everywhere.
Right. So it's an African problem. So let's not dismiss and say there's something all over the world and we have this, it's a beauty standard. No, it's something that can be changed, and it starts with your own household, your own people. So it's like there's still it's not, we're not going to dismiss this, say this is like a beauty standard. No, it's not. It's built up hatred that was put by colonialism's idea of race.
I agree.
So
Europeans
we need to address it. I'm North African.
One at a time.
Europeans carved
One
up
at a time.
Africa, and they colonized us. In Algeria, they colonized us. France colonized us for 130 years. So they created this division amongst us and of the hierarchy of color. And for example,
and are we gonna keep blaming it on the French?
If a French is born in Algeria, which is Africa, they call him pied noir. It means Blackfoot.
Pied noir. Really?
This is a true thing. Why are they calling a French person born in Africa Blackfoot? this is racist in themselves. They are the racist. So I don't want to hear. I am not racist towards my black brothers and sisters. I am African, and I hate that we're not black enough to be African. That's the problem. And also, I will say my people should not be colorist either. Like this is Mother Africa. You know, we
Yeah.
all come from the same
Mhm.
ancestor who is black. You know, so it's kind of like the region.
I don't even believe in this idea of
Okay.
black and white still. I don't believe in that colonial term. It didn't exist in Africa ever. And I don't know why we're taking these westernized language. Language matters so much. People
Okay.
don't, address that. Language does matter so much. Colorist is a better term. I don't like the word race because we were put race wasn't something made to show difference of people or to unite people. It was literally made to divide and put people down and dehumanize people and enslave people. So we're not gonna
All
here
right.
be like, oh, black, you're black, I'm white, we're all equal. No, we're not black and white, we're Africans. That's what it is.
Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
There
Yes.
was one commenter who said that us North Africans are not black enough in spirit. In
Yeah.
spirit, what does that even mean?
Okay, wait,
In
guys.
spirit.
Wait, okay. Read the chat. Let's see. Let's see if the chat is gonna say something. Hey, how you doing, King? And then we're gonna move to Nasian. Yes. What's on your mind?
Yeah.
How do you?
How long are you gonna give me?
I mean, you're not gonna have so long, but just guys, I would like for us to also talk about not just skin, but also finance, and
I've also got some.
Okay. Yeah. So here's
Go
the
ahead.
thing. We have North Africans up here lying, like Taboo and the Wuse guy. They deal with colonialism from the European point of view. And Taboo just mentioned 100-something years ago. Colonialism didn't just start 100-something years ago in Europe, in Africa or North Africa. You had the Arab Muslim colonialism. They brought anti-blackness to North Africa. Morocco and Algeria, you could buy black people until the 20s and 30s in markets. Don't give me this Europeans did it. No. Blacks were already being treated as inferior. I mean, look at Moroccan history, full of slavery. Look at how many black men they castrated, those armies. You could still buy African black people in the 20s and 30s. Look at how the black North African communities are treated.
Yeah.
They're second-class citizens. So you cannot come over here and start complaining about Europeans that colonized 120 years ago.
I agree, King.
A history of 400 years of enslaving people for the color of their skin, and still being.
I agree, King.
Let him finish.
Discriminated society. Black Moroccans are discriminated against the society. Black Algerians as well, and there are many up there because I've been there.
And I actually agree with King. That's why I was saying taboo. Like, okay, the root of all problems, we're just gonna agree it is from the West and it is from the white man. But
No,
we
that's
have to take
Wait.
Amazigh means free man, and we come in different shades.
Oh.
I don't know what he is saying.
Enslaved the black
One at a time.
Amazigh means free man. There is no. Listen, the Amazigh were slaves for the Romans too.
Were Amazigh.
The Romans took us Amazigh as slaves as well.
All right.
What are we talking about right now?
Okay.
We're talking about accountability and you're still running from it.
Okay, guys. Okay, hold on. One at a time.
Enslaved black people the longest.
Okay. All right. Okay, guys, we cannot. Hold on, guys. Look, we are looking. Hold on.
Arabs were started in the 9th century. Recently, to the 20s and the 30s, the Amazi, the white Amazi, were enslaving black people.
Okay. All right, guys. Look. I don't want to make this. Look, you guys.
Sorry, but that's incorrect. The Amazigh did not have slaves that are black.
Okay, you have to wait. When I wait.
Especially
Wait, guys. Look. When I mute you, that means hold on. Take a breather. If you're gonna unmute yourself to talk, you're gonna just chill. You're gonna have a moment to talk, but once you guys are talking over yourselves, it just basically make it very annoying for all of us who are listening. So you have to wait. When I mute you, just chill, and then you're gonna be able to unmute yourself and and speak your mind. But you guys, we have been talking about skin color. Can we talk about finance though? Okay, let's say, yeah, go ahead, Rams.
That part.
Yeah.
I want to talk about corruption.
Okay, all right.
Because
Okay,
the whole-
okay. Let's do it like this. Let's say what the problem is, what's causing the division, and try to come up with a solution. Let's think about problem and solution from moving on from here. Problem, solution.
I think there's a lot of corruption in
Um,
African countries. I'm not talking about no racism or
Yeah,
skin
wait,
color.
Rams. Sorry, Rams. But Nasien has been here for a long time. Would you mind give him a chance? Give him a chance first. Nasien.
Host, I gotta go. Thanks.
All right, no problem. All right, Nasien, go ahead. What do you want to say? You've been here for.
Yeah, first, I want to start from the root and why Africa is seen as a completely black continent. One is because of the adverts, of course. I know it doesn't seem like that big, but they were across all over the world, you know. They probably spread the agenda that, oh, the entire continent of Africa is black. And even the people subjected to it started to believe, yeah, our continent is only black. Like, throughout hundreds of years, there's been other skin colors in Africa, and it's been no problem. But yeah, the West does its thing here. I feel like to wrestle, like to move this out of the way, what we have to do is just like let everyone know. This is why I'm saying like the elder need to be educated too, because like most of them believe that shit too, you know. And yeah, also the craziest thing is like for Africa to like generally rise here, we need someone like very smart. Like I feel like we all do unity. Like we need to unite for all that. Because like every good leader that we do get ends up getting like executed. Like it's almost like a very circular thing, like a cyclable thing. It just keeps going in cycles, you know.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say.
Okay. All right. So okay. Thank you for sharing. Rams, go ahead.
Can I say something for the economy wise that you asked about, host?
Yeah, okay, for the sure. For the finance.
Okay, I think the first way to solve Africa's what's it called, division, is to make the African unity profitable. So I don't know if you guys know the African Continental Free Trade Area.
Yeah.
I think we need to fully implement that in all African countries, so the trading borders are cheaper than trading with Europeans and Asians, right? And I already talked about freedom of movement to unite the African people, but also, what's it called? We have to stop the elite to dividing people. I mean, like, look at Sudan right now. I feel very strongly about Sudan and how the UAE is literally funding the RSF to steal all of Sudan's gold. Okay, straight up like that. Let's just keep it real. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
And if we have, for example, Egypt, my country, Egypt is not helping enough. Like, it's bringing just Sudanese people in, but how about we actually use military force to kick these people out? Second thing is selling land. Oh my God. We have 26 African countries that are constantly selling land to the Chinese people, to UAE, to develop these lands, and they take full control. We're literally selling our land. How are we even going to profit? How are we going to profit if we keep selling our land? And right now in Egypt and Northern Africa and Eastern Africa, the UAE spent $500 billion. It owns cities the size of Washington, D.C., cities the size of states, you know, in our continent. How are we going to how is that even happening, you know? Yeah. So land should be the priority, where we should recontrol our land. And then we make the African Continental Free Trade Area so we don't have to trade or depend on Asians or Europeans anymore. Yeah. So that's what I believe.
Thank you, User. That's actually really good solutions right there. Really great solutions. All right, Rams. Go ahead, Rams. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, so I'm good. So I was gonna say I have a problem with it's a problem that we've known about Africa for a long time, but a lot of African countries have so much corruption in the leadership. Like, you've got all these pricks up in government that will take hard-earned capital from native people that live there, or just hardworking people that live there, and they fund their own pockets, run away to other countries, spend it on holidays. basically just embezzle as much money as possible. So that is a big root cause, and that happens everywhere, by the way. Like, you can talk about in Nigeria, Ghana, even Morocco, Algeria. Like Morocco, them not spending enough on the healthcare system, putting some money in their pockets. Algeria, same thing. A lot of it could flourish even more if the government was, you know, less greedy. So I think corruption is a big thing. I mean, you've seen it, like memes everywhere, and it's a real thing, you know. Like them taking the people's money is not good. It doesn't help, and I feel like that's what sets us back massively. So there kind of needs to be a restructure and a lot of leadership, and people need to start like. I mean, it's very hard because unfortunately, there's only so much you can do without getting shot. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these African countries got these kind of militant groups that will keep people quiet, certain things, etc., etc. But that is a big thing. We need to kind of just stop this whole corruption and make sure that the money that people are generating and the money that people are supposed to earn is actually going back towards the economy. Because that's the thing. You can have a united Africa, but if all the leaders are still corrupt and they're still doing things behind the scenes, it's not going to work. I mean, you look at countries like Somalia. I know so many Somalis that tell me this every day. Like, Somalia could be one of the, you know, biggest countries in Africa that are doing well, but the leaders, most of them are cowards that just take people's money and, you know, run
All
away.
right.
So,
Okay, I understand, Rams. Let's say as an individual, someone say buy land. What other activities you find as an individual that you could do in order to raise the prestige, or, you know, to reclaim the land? Or what other activities that you find you can do to reunite Africa itself? I do understand, because we've talked about the leaders, and I do understand what you mean, the leaders in Africa and also the leaders who are here in the West. They tend to basically look out for their own gain. But as an individual, you yourself, what do you find that you could do in order to, you know, for the country itself, or for that something for you that can also benefit the country? So one person gave an example. Let's say, for example, going back and buy land. Is there anything that you could come up with?
I think a lot more trade deals between the African countries. And again, I think someone mentioned this earlier. Very cheap kind of in-house trade deals between each country. Because when you look at it, if you look at the whole Africa, there's so much resources. It's probably one of the biggest continents in the world that has natural resources. So I feel like if you have your own natural resources, like, you know, Africa's got diamonds, for example. Certain places have gold, certain places have this. Instead of giving that away to the Europeans, which I know is easier said than done, kind of enrich yourselves with it, take those resources back. I'm going to use those resources to better my country. I'm sitting on a pile of gold. Let me take the gold and make my country better. Let me do trade deals with my neighboring country instead of having these like arguments about culture. Let me strengthen my bond with every African country. I might take a trade deal with Egypt. I might take a trade deal with Senegal. I might take a trade deal with this country and kind of build the economy that way. So enrich Africa within ourselves rather than relying on the outside help a lot. Because I feel like a lot's been taken away from Africa, but Africa has a lot of natural resources we could use.
Yeah, true. And we have to learn to put up with each other, to be honest. Because a lot of the time, some countries, they prefer to do business with outside cultures because they cannot put up with other Africans. I mean, you know, the differences, the issues, it runs so deep that they prefer to have a worse deal from someone that is from outside than rather just, you know, try to put up, or, you know, put the differences aside and just move forward.
Exactly. And it's shocking, right? Because it's like, when you think about how much gold and blood diamonds and like natural resources Africa has, it's actually insane that if you flip the script, could literally be the most rich continent on the planet.
Facts.
It's just unfortunately you have all these Europeans and this like colonialism that just came in and kind of, you know, made people go into diamonds, like slavery for diamond mining and exploiting people's gold resources and stuff like that. But it's crazy. You look at the Middle East. They sat on a pile of oil, and then suddenly Dubai went from a desert to a billionaire city. You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
Exactly. And the thing is too, it's like somebody was saying earlier in the chat, is that a lot of Africans just basically allow this to happen. And let's say, for example, what's going on, I'm not gonna go too much into politics about it, but let's say we've heard about the war in Ukraine and how so many Western countries are trying to support it, even though, even though they are whether they're doing it or not, that doesn't matter. But what matters is that they are actually trying to gather up together, to find a common ground, to find a solution. But in African countries, a lot of the time, you guys know, other that share borders know what's actually happening and just in the neighborhood country, but then they wouldn't do anything about it. They'll just let it happen. They'll be like, okay, well, that happened to you, but it's not happening to us, so that's not my business. I find that the unity has to come from, if there's wrong from one side or from one part of the continent, everybody should try to unite to say, okay, this is wrong, you shouldn't be doing that, shouldn't be doing this to our neighbor. You understand what I mean?
No, exactly. And then that goes back to the point of like basing it on color and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, we need to just kind of unite and kind of strengthen our ties with everyone, and see ourselves as a continent. Because Europe is just gonna laugh at us, and Africa's never gonna develop ever at this rate.
Yeah, they'll be the one profiting from this destruction and from all the infighting, basically. Because like this is why you guys have to see, like, the different color thing is the beauty of Africa, that there's so many different variations, so many different different origin. You understand? That's like something unique.
It's wild, right? Because it's like, you look at someone like, I Show Speed, for example.
Yeah.
When he did this tour in Africa.
Yeah.
And for people who've never been to Africa, they're like, oh, look, I'm in Morocco, I'm having this, it's amazing. I'm in Egypt, I'm seeing the pyramids, I'm in Senegal, I'm seeing this. It's like, you look at that stream and you think like, wow, it's amazing, all these cultures, but then you just hear all these like, things in the background, and it's like, oh man, like, you have to look at the continent and all this variation, and it's nice to see.
It's nice. It's like, it's really nice to see like, I saw some of the clips and I'm like, wow, I had no idea that Africa was so diverse. It's beautiful. Go ahead, Ferry.
Yeah, I think that's important to note, but I also feel like we have to be honest when we have conversations like this. And the reason I initially wanted to join up is because I felt like it was turning very disingenuous. Like, I Show Speed did an amazing thing for Africa, and he exposed a lot of aspects, like beautiful things that a lot of people didn't realize, right? But then there was also a darker side to his trip, and that was the extreme racism that he faced in places like Morocco.
That was Algeria, not Morocco.
No, that was Morocco.
That wasn't Morocco. I'm just letting you know.
No, see that there's difference, right? He experienced racism in almost every single North African country.
I remember it was what was
in varying degrees, because there was other countries where they would gift him like a banana and stuff. That is still classed as racism.
Okay, wait. Thank you, Sarah. Wait. Ferry. I want to understand this, like, because I want to engage with you right now. So if someone will give me a banana, like if it's a different culture, would that mean that they are trying to be racist towards me?
I think it depends on the context, right?
Yeah, because did you know? Hold on. Did you know that I Show Speed sometimes says that banana is his favorite fruit?
Yeah, I think he's very intelligent. I think he plays things off very well.
Okay.
And he doesn't let people. Yeah, he is. He's extremely intelligent to me, and he doesn't let things get to him that I think other people that are more emotional would.
Okay.
But yeah, that is definitely racism, and I think a lot of his fans kind of play into that and are looking for a reaction.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was
So
it.
I think we have to be, when we have these conversations, and people say, especially North Africans and Amazirs, right? Say, forget about race. It's easy for you to say that because historically, you guys have been inflicting, those things onto Black people.
Okay.
Right? Maybe not you as an individual, but that's just the real. So you can't say to people that are facing these things that, oh, you should just get over it, because that's not addressing the root cause.
Guys, let's like up. Let's get to 20K. Let's get to 20K.
If we're going to build and we're talking about progression of Africa, then we have to deconstruct certain things that are uncomfortable to talk about. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So we can't build on shaky ground.
Okay.
And I think right now, there is this kind of like, okay, we can do X, Y, Z. And all of these ideas are amazing, by the way. Genuinely. Like the last two boys, I loved everything they said, right? But then I think the foundation and where we need to start is like we need to invest in education.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
and
Education. What else?
I feel like it starts with education mostly. And then I think it's just like maybe I think it's a difficult one because I feel like it has to do with currently like the political kind of sphere. And honestly, I think a lot of these guys gotta go. So
Okay.
we might have to do some big moves if we actually want to make big changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
So
that's the thing I was gonna say.
So can't we do everything? Okay, Ferry, can't we do everything because the continent is huge, eh? I mean, we can multitask. That's one thing is for sure. I do understand we have to prioritize as well, but I don't see it as one action or one focus need to be taken at one point. There are multiple focuses that can be done. Multiple
Absolutely.
countries can
I
do multiple
definitely, I
things.
definitely agree with you. But I think the current climate, like that we're in now, we have to focus on education firstly, and
Education
then afterward,
in
we can focus on a multitude of things
okay,
afterwards. Absolutely.
okay,
But
okay.
right now, I
Education.
genuinely think we'll flop.
When you okay,
Sorry.
education. Okay, all right. When you say education, what should I think about, or what should we think about? What sort of education in what area? Go.
I think just kind of general education and providing education to everybody, fixing illiteracy, right? Kind of building that critical thinking. I think also we need to include like mental health facilities, stuff like that, because there is an over dependency on religion in Africa in general.
Yeah.
Religious psychosis runs
True.
rampant in Africa.
True.
I'm not saying you can't be religious. Please don't get me wrong. I'm saying a lot of people that need help kind of don't have those things in place. So they rely on religion to a degree that I think is unhealthy.
Yeah.
So I think first of all, we need to kind of address those core issues. So then when we get into those positions, we don't flop.
Okay.
I know that sounds wild, but it's true. It's the truth because there has been. Okay, we can talk about the West, right? And we can talk about their exploitation, absolutely. But there has been certain initiatives, right, that have been in place. Like I think they gave like 100 million or something for Nigeria to build like a stadium. Go and see that stadium. You're gonna laugh, guys. It's bad, right? So these things we need to like.
But
take
it's
advantage of the opportunities that we have
yeah.
by ensuring that everybody has that core education.
It's okay. Is it education though at that point, or is it corruption? Because let's say, for example,
I think it's a mixture of both.
okay, yeah, I think it's because Morocco have a lovely stadium, so it's still Africa, but it depends.
Yeah,
it depends where, because you have to understand as well. Maybe sometimes it's not just education, but sometimes it's about bribing. It's about the people who are, yeah, the people who these countries are giving the money to. Is like a funnel. They give it to the person right here in the middle, and they say, okay, well, I'll get it back from you and the other end. So
Absolutely.
so basically, it's more of stopping.
I'll never deny the corruption.
Stopping that,
What
yeah,
I'm
the
saying is that
corruption part.
a lot of the people are voting these things in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
A lot of the people aren't recognizing these things because they don't have that education.
Okay, all right.
Like in Nigeria, we have extreme tribalism. Like somebody would just vote for like the president just because he's from the same tribe as you, not because he has anything that benefits your life, right? And that's what I'm saying. It's like we need to work on, guys.
All right.
And that starts with building critical thinking.
Yeah, Rams, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna agree with a point because, for example, I'll give you an example of Morocco. So, King of Morocco has been doing trades with various African countries for years and years. Senegal over here, Nigeria over here, etc., blah blah blah. But because the people are not educated in, the needs of like the economics and how things work between other countries, it's like you can get. Let's say even if the king, tries to unite and gets everyone on the same page, Morocco with the rest of the world, blah blah blah, the rest of Africa, the people are not like 100% behind it, or there's a lack of engagement from a lot of people trying to do more with the other African countries. So I think education is a big thing. Like, if we go back and kind of just explain concepts, explain how the world works from top to bottom, kind of thing. And then from there we can work towards a peaceful solution where everyone's cool. But I think education's a big thing to start with.
All right. All right. Thank you, Sarah. How you doing, Sarah?
Hi, thank you so much
Thank you for coming on.
for this platform.
Yeah.
I just have a comment, Rams, right?
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing?
How you doing?
You've been saying a lot of good things.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I still decide. But let's give Sarah. Go ahead.
Rams, you've been saying a lot of good things, spreading knowledge and basically letting people know about North Africa. The only thing that I didn't like when you throw in shades at Algeria, saying that that was in Morocco, not Algeria.
Are you Algerian? Are you Algerian then?
I am. I'm Algerian.
Okay, I have something I want to ask you. Okay, but finish. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Me too. I just wanted to. I didn't appreciate the fact that we were saying, no, that was in Algeria. Like it was also in Morocco where they throw bananas at him, and they were making the monkey sounds. And I'm not saying that Algeria are not, because I lived 20 years of my life in Algeria, and I can say yes, there are racist people there. I'm not saying that no, we're not. Like, but do not throw shades if you know what I mean. Like, do not throw shades. And for also, I want to say something that a lot of people say that we're not Africans enough. Like, I am literally like 99% North African, so I can say I'm indigenous to the land. So you guys stop saying that we're not Africans enough. Like, I'm not white. I'm not. I am literally an indigenous to North Africa, so I have every right to say I am African and I belong to the continent.
Sure. All right, Rams. Go ahead.
No, that's the thing. I'm not trying to throw shade. It's just on the stream, he was wearing an Atlas lion outfit, and he was watching the match with everyone. And I watched the full stream from the beginning to the end. There wasn't anything said. And the Algerian one, I don't know. I didn't watch the stream, so obviously I can't comment on that. So maybe they didn't do anything. I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna say like everyone in Morocco is not racist. Racism is everywhere, and there's some Moroccans that will probably say some crazy things here and there. So I'm not gonna defend everybody and try and be like everyone's guardian angel saying nobody's racist. There's so many racist people around the world. I think it's just educating the new generation or the existing generation into not thinking that way and uniting everyone. That's the only way you're gonna go forward. Because you're gonna have racists everywhere. That's the problem. It's a never-ending thing until we kind of put put your foot down and kind of just re-educate the people about everything.
Yeah.
That's true. Like, we cannot blame. I cannot say that this country is racist. We are all responsible. Like, we have to. We are all in this together. If Morocco want to fight it, I think Algeria also needs to fight it and needs to work so hard, because we literally have like you seen I'm not sure about you guys. Like, Speed was his first stream was in the Sahara, and they were all black people. They're indigenous Tuareg people. Like, they are Algerians. Like, it's not like we are only vanilla people. We are a mixed country.
Okay, so Sarah, if I would go to Algeria, so how would I be received? Given to my complexion, how would the Algerian? I've been to Morocco. I know how they received me. It was very. I had a lovely time there, but how would I be received in Nigeria with bananas? What are you talking about?
Yeah, listen. My husband is black. He's a Black American. My son is also black. He went to Algeria, I can tell you, 5 times. Nobody ever threw no bananas at him. Nobody called him names. He goes, and if you ask him where you want to go for your vacation, he will tell you, I want to go to Iran. Iran is my city. So there is nothing wrong with you going to Algeria. You can go there. Nobody gonna call you names, or nobody gonna hurt you. Or nobody gonna gonna do anything to you.
Okay. All
This
right.
is what I can guarantee. Like, my family,
Yeah.
I go, me and my family, I never had any issues.
May I say something right now, brother?
Yes, go ahead, Silas Pro.
Okay, man. Listen, I'm sitting here listening to everybody, right? Everybody's opinion, and they say, yeah. It's just some of them
What?
say great things, right? But they're not even touching the main problem. That's mine. Because, like I said, and I said this before, and in your life before, I'm passionate about Africa. Because I fully believe I'm an African. You know what I mean? I might be born in different in the Caribbean, but I'm an African. So my thing is this. I always ask that question. Now I'm listening to everybody from Morocco, from this, from that. To me, it doesn't matter. It's not where you come from. The way you come from don't mean nothing at this point. If you're born in Africa, either you're Egyptians, whatever, Sahara, whatever you came from, you're still an African. I want African to start labeling themselves as the African, she's as African, not color scheme. Oh, I'm better from you. Let's take an example. Gaddafi was a yellow man, right? We'll put it that way, with a different hair texture, right? But Gaddafi did not see anything else but Africa. Now, when they was destroying his life, when the whole Africa was, where they are. See, that's my thing right there. So all this hypocrite. I don't even want to hear it because you're all hypocrites. Just if I can put it that way. Because the reality is this. I'm from the island, Caribbean, okay? I was born in Haiti. I was born in Africa. Listen, 95% of the Haitians see themselves as African.
Yeah.
But you got born in Africa. And you sit there and then look at this happening in your face. Me, I'm a darker skinned man. If I'm going to the airport, I'm going to any country in Africa.
Let's get it like so.
And then the white man from Europe will pass it through, it pass through easy. But you guys would give me a hard time. Ask me all the complications. How did you get in Africa? Touch the problem. Let's talk about the problem and put a solution to it. That's what I want to hear. Because our darker skinned men have no idea what that than the human being. That's a big problem. And then you can buy it everywhere. African, dark skinned African cannot run this country, cannot cause this, cannot cause that. What the hell from? And then you in Africa, they don't win. They don't get in there. Why is the problem? You can go, how do you tell everybody, you open fight against each other, well, I'm better than you, this and that? No. From long time, from Italy, from France, wherever, they never come up with those things we're talking about. Because they know that's the only way we can conquer anything is by come together. But now you open your door to people, your own enemies sometimes, and you need to tell, come on and do what you got to do. I'm just plumb, I'm the bottom tip. I think African, I'm talking about in general black people, God need to stop, but you can have self-confidence in themselves. It's trying to realize in the European or the green eyes to come save them. They're not there to save you, you have to save yourself. With respect, listen, man, this is what I want. You cannot come in my country and tell me what to do. Because you ain't no black people, no African coming go to Europe, anywhere in Europe, and it was telling them how to when they come. Go and tell them that. Oh, go in and say, I want that piece of land. I want that land. I'm in my city and that don't happen. You have Chinatown.
Are you done, nigga? You done?
No, I'm not done. You the nigga.
Alright, shut the fuck up, then.
Put him down right now.
Yeah, why, bro? He's a troll. Okay.
Here's the thing. Really, those are the ignorant Europeans. They don't want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But they don't. When you tell the truth, they get offended. We need to take that African. I don't care what color skin you are. If your agenda is right, we accepted you. But there's a rule to follow. That's how we did in any other country we know. That's my son. And then now we start building what you call it, self-confidence. Like the sister said, education. And then now we need to train our kids. how to be engineer, build airplanes, build this building, not like one in the street, build this, that. No. We have a platform in every, the one university in Africa, just like America have Harvard, they got all the other country, university. We have to have that. And educate those engineers. When they finish, they don't go to Europe and work for Europe. They go to stay in Africa. And then we're gonna have a good Africa. Other than that, imagine Egypt. Egypt ain't no light-skinned country, but it was mixed. It was mixed, but all of a sudden today, it's like darker skinned people don't even matter in Egypt anymore. But go back to history. It's like you think everybody is just a whole bunch of dummy running around here talking just to be a TikTok. No. There's people who are from spiritually informed. I know where I know Africa. We can do what this is hard because we are allowed them to do it. We'll set confidence for ourselves. Know thyself. Let people run our life. If somebody was stand up, if the whole Africa was stand up for country, you would never die. Until now, they were like, what man, you was doing that, he was good. There's ain't nobody, ain't no country in Europe, anywhere in Africa do what Gaddafi was doing for his people. But what happened to him? He's labeled as what? But nobody said nothing about it. It's deeper than that.
Yeah.
It's deeper than that. I don't want to hear all this calling from Morocco. That's your business. You're from Morocco, that's good for you. You're from Ethiopia, good for you. But what's matter is Africa. Africa. You go to South Africa right now, you got the European villages sleeping, their own state inside South Africa. They have their own currency, their own bank, their own everything. But that's how you will see that hoping like a bunch of dummies.
I get him out. No, wait, bro. Wait, user. No. We have somebody. Thank you, Silas. You can hold your thought, but Sifa haven't got a chance to speak yet. Hi, Sifa.
Honestly, I just wanted to answer the prompt because I feel like we've been getting really off topic, but I think the biggest reason why Africans are so divided is honestly because everyone has this us versus them. Like every single country has this us versus everyone else, and we're almost like fighting for the approval of everybody else, especially the West. We want the approval of our own colonizers. We want the approval of the West, which, I mean, it might seem like a good thing to the government because they're very prosperous. They have a lot of money. They have a lot of control over the whole world. Like you can even just see how like Trump's presidency affects the entire world, not just America. And so I feel like this idea that like all of our countries are constantly trying to strive for the approval of these countries, like of these Western and European countries, is the biggest reason why we're so divided. Like instead of looking inward in our own continent, which has honestly the most resources out of every other continent, it's the reason why like the partition of Africa even happened. It's the reason why we are constantly getting colonized and conquered and divided. Instead of just looking inward and trying to create a union again, which we've already tried but didn't happen because of the fact that we just don't want to work together. If we just try to truly create a union, try to create and better our transport between each other, our imports and exports between each other, I think Africa could be the most prosperous continent and union. But it's just the fact that we don't want to work together. A lot of it, yes, does have to do with the fact that every single country in Africa is colorist, is racist because of, again, this colonization that we've had to fight through. But if we could just look past that, we could do amazing things.
All right. Thank you. Well said, Safa. Anybody want to respond to that? I prefer YG.
Because
okay, go ahead.
What she's saying, I can already tell that she's North African.
Really?
Right? I agree with everything you said, and then all of a sudden, racial. Look past it. People are being impacted by that every single day. We're not going to look past that. No, we're not. So this is where the division is coming into play for me, because there is this sense that you don't want, like you guys refuse to take accountability.
Okay,
right?
what would okay? All right, Ferry. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Ferry. when you say they should take accountability, and then what?
Absolutely.
And then what? So let's say they say, okay, I take accountability. Would that be enough?
Deconstruct the mentality that they hold. That's like, it's like the conversation we were having the other day when I said that Black people, we always do this thing, where we're always trying to get other people to deconstruct, right? We're always trying to say, how can we fix racism? Yeah, we don't hold these things, right? It's up to them to fix it. Yes, we can recognize that there is a root cause. I would never dismiss that, right? But individually, every single country needs to work towards that. You can't just dismiss it and be like, oh well, we should just look past that. Because people
Well,
are
I
losing
think you're
their
really
lives.
misinterpreting what I'm saying.
Alright.
My whole point, yes, no, my whole point is that we need to look inward with each other and stop fighting for everybody else's approval. Like, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not saying let's not take accountability. No, I'm not saying let's not take out. I didn't sit here and say that Morocco's not racist, Morocco's not this, and we don't need to worry about it. No, that's not what I said.
No,
I said every single country in Africa is colorist, is racist, but we need to look past. We need to look past that. Like, we need to understand that all of us are one. At the end of the day,
Not look past
we're
it.
all African.
I don't agree that every country is racist.
No, wait.
Every country is Black people can be racist
One,
too. Like,
one.
I know, but
African Africans can be racist
One.
to other races.
Can I just respond to you really
No,
quickly?
no.
Thanks.
Hold on. Safa, let her finish first. Did you finish
I
what you wanted?
disagree with that whole concept that everybody's racist. No.
Okay.
I think everybody can show. I'm still speaking. I don't know
Wait.
why you're speaking.
No, hold on.
I think everybody can showcase some sort of racial bias, right, or racial prejudice, right? But when we're talking about systematic racism, not everybody can be racist. So this is how they weaponize language against Black people, right? Where they're like, everybody can be racist. But
Okay.
there's different racism.
All right. Okay.
There's
All right.
different
Okay. Hold on.
subsections.
You're talking about the
Hold on.
United States right now with
Hold on.
systematic racism and Western.
You see, he's not American. You're proving my point.
No, but it has nothing. It has actually.
Hold on, Ferry.
Don't give it
I'm
because
speaking.
that's
You're
not
speaking. I don't want you to interrupt me.
Hold on, Ferry.
Are you
Ferry.
land your plane?
Ferry.
Why am I being muted by the moderator again?
Okay.
I find it really interesting that they can interrupt me, right? I'm not being muted. But then while I'm speaking, I'm there.
Okay, Ferry, you're gonna have to take a pause.
Wait, can I just respond to her for a second?
No, you can. No, wait. Hold on. Somebody wanted to say something. Was Celeste?
I've been trying to just say one thing.
Ferry, wait, Ferry. Last time. If you cannot respect the rule here, please just chill.
But listen,
I don't have
also,
to
I've been
even.
agreeing with Ferry
Okay,
since
no
the
problem.
beginning that
Better for
we
me.
do need to take accountability
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But the thing
All right,
is,
good.
like, how are you gonna sit here and say take accountability and all that stuff, but you're still putting labels on yourself that were made by the Europeans to enslave you? That's what I don't understand. I'm Black. I'm a Black woman. This never existed in Africa before European colonization. How are you gonna sit here and she's saying language matters, but you're describing yourself with terms that are literally European made to put you down? And why are you even mad at stuff in the first place? You should look at your own language and look at the roots of the language you use to describe yourself. That's
Yeah.
the first and foremost. But I do agree with her that North Africans do need to take accountability for the racism and colorism that they put on people who are darker skinned, and in East Africa and in Sudan. It happens in, a lot of places in Africa where white is like romanticized, and the lighter you are, the better. But I came up here again not to talk about race because I'm kind of tired of that.
Yeah.
Can we actually talk about the economy?
Exactly.
And how we can.
Yeah, exactly.
Before we move
Let's.
on, because
Okay, go ahead.
You haven't had a chance. Go ahead.
I came up because I was in here earlier and there was a girl up here. I think her name was like Taboo or something like that. And whenever someone addressed the issues in the Sahara and what Saharan people do and stuff like that, the response was always, blaming the colonizer, or saying, people south of the Sahara are colorist as well. But the thing is that me personally, like, I'm not Pan-African or anything, but if you're gonna come on a panel like this and if you're gonna come on a panel where we're talking about division, like, you sound pretty dumb and you're just wasting your time if you're just gonna blame other people the whole time you're up here.
I understand that some people are scared of taking accountability, and that's fine. But if you're going to come on a panel like this and say that, you're just obviously just wasting your time. The whole thing, obviously, colorism is worldwide, and not denying that. There's a lot of people south of the Sahara that have this dumb ideology that North Africans are invaders and that you know they're stupid and ignorant. But we're not gonna act like there's no we're not gonna act like there's no stupid and ignorant people on both sides.
Yeah, and we need to
say,
go
I
ahead.
feel like a consistent issue that I'm also seeing is that when North Africans do try to take accountability for, like, I think I've heard every single North African on this panel accept and say that we can all openly admit that racism is an issue in our country, but the problem is that it's not being accepted. Like, the accountability is not being accepted. Rather, it's just a drill, and essentially, like, put you down, which, like, myself, I'm not racist. Like, this entire time I've been trying to say that, like, as, like, specifically I can only speak to myself, but, like, I'm Moroccan and I identify with being African and I love Africa, and more than anything I want to see us all united and better, because more often than not throughout history we have been put down way too many times. But I think it also comes to a point where, like, rather than continuing to just point a finger when you're accepting the finger, I think we can also start having an open conversation about ways to better ourselves and our relationships as countries.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense, because talking about like trying to talk about, okay, well, hold each other accountable. Okay, sure, yes, and then and then what? How do we move forward after that? Is it gonna be a situation? Go ahead,
I can change the melting.
Go ahead,
Change
Silas.
the way, change it.
Silas, you can finish your thought.
Right. What I said is change. Listen, nobody said it's gonna be easy, because once people move up with a certain mentality, they keep themselves a certain way. It's gonna be hard to change, but it can be changed. You know, conscious. Be self-conscious with me. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? We all contribute on that problem. So let's come together and change it. And we all know. I mean, who don't know that where the problem comes from? But we African have problem before European go over there. They have conflicts, divided themselves. That's why you have so many languages in Africa, and then the same country, the same, you know, Nigeria, for example, has so many villages, so many languages, because they were divided. But the reality is this: we have to come to that reality now. We all one, and then we have to be accountable for what happened, either from outside or inside. Then how are we gonna come together? Educate the people. You know what? Just because you're evil, just that don't mean nothing. You're still African. Don't matter where you came from, who you call us king. Because we know who everybody is. Come with one mindset. Again, that's what I think as example earlier. He's a yellow man. He's not a dark skinned man like we know the West. But he was a clear African man. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter your color skin. I don't remember, as far as I'm concerned, you can be a 100% European. As long as your agenda is okay, it's going to benefit Africa. I see you as an African, but your agenda has to be right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Go ahead. I agree with him, but can we start talking about economics now and how to actually solve this problem?
Sure. Let's give the new guys a chance, because they haven't got a chance to speak as yet. Ahmed, how you doing, Ahmed? That's a different Ahmed. Ahmed, can you unmuted?
I can speak now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, hello. My English is not so good, so I try to speak in English. But about economy, I don't think it is about division. It is about economy. You have to, every country has to look for its own problems. Every country has bad infrastructure, corruption. We have different coins in Africa. We have very protectionist, how do you call it? A protection, in English, how would you say put tariffs?
No,
Tariffs?
no, we don't. Tariff?
Tariff.
Yeah.
If you want to import stuff from another country, you have to
Yeah,
pay extra.
you have tariff. Yeah, tariff.
Yeah, tariff. If you go to Duana to enter another country, it's very difficult. You have no visa. You have nothing.
Yeah.
So it is before. I think, for example, between Morocco and Algeria, the frontier is closed.
Yeah,
So we
the
cannot
border.
have economic prosperity. We cannot have economic prosperity because it's closed. We cannot work together. So so you say Africans are divided. It's because we have a lot of problems and our governments are not strong. Maybe Morocco, maybe Algeria, but the governments are not strong because they have a lot of debt. They have a lot of debt to Western countries, to France, to England, to America, and now China. So we are too much debt. We cannot, the governments cannot invest in infrastructure and these kind of things. So before we can speak about African unity, we are our countries are a mess. we cannot, this is not something you can just by talking solve it. You have to build the roads, you have to build. Like now in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, he's trying with the little things that he has, but with a vision, he tries to make his country good. And I think if every country does that, then the unity comes, it follows, unity follows.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Yes. Thank you. All right. There's a new person as well. Let me see. I think it's Empowering Black. What's up, Empowering Black?
Thank you so much for having me. I've watched your lives a few times. When it comes up on my For You page, I'm going to be really quick and then I'm going to drop so that other people have the opportunity to come up.
Yes. Speak your
I
mind.
just had a few things. Oh, what'd you say?
Yeah, speak up. You can speak your mind. Go ahead. Curious to hear you.
So
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
So I think a few things. One, I think the discussion has been very productive and everyone's sharing their perspective, which I really enjoyed hearing. A few things that I wanted to say. One is I think part of the reason why there are so many reasons why Africa is so divided. And even within countries, like even within ethnic groups, you would see divide, unfortunately. And a lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of it stems from colonization, both the Arab conquest of North Africa or the colonization of part of the rest of Africa, that really drove home like the sub-Saharan African trope of just colonization in general drove that trope of
Everyone
sub-Saharan.
Go ahead. Everyone let everyone, we can get the lights up. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, so personally, I think someone has brought it up, but I think sub-Saharan African, as many scholars have said, many scholars of African studies have said, is a colonial term because it implies that all of sub-Saharan Africa is Black Africa and North Africa is Arab Africa, right? Ignoring the fact that not everyone in quote-unquote sub-Saharan Africa is racialized as Black. Yes, you did say that. And not everyone in North Africa is racialized in one specific way. So I definitely agreed with people who did call that out. So thank you so much for that. I think a way to move forward and build is by acknowledging the fact that a lot of times, and I think someone has said this already, we just want to see our perspective and nobody else's. So I have seen and it also depends on where you start the story. Like Chimamanda Adichie, she spoke about the dangers of a single theory, and I think it applies here because if you are studying the story, this ex-African person said, North African is an African, and that's all your For You page shows you, then you think that that's all the story is. Or if you're starting the story at this ex-North African person said they're not African and that's all you're seeing, then and your For You page feeds you that, and then that's all you hear. Or we could go right back to the start of the story where colonization and separation started to impose borders on the African continent and started to divide us, and many of us internalized that. And I also think that if we have to move forward, we can't just only acknowledge what's true to us. I think, and I see it on both sides of when we come up, it's either, North Africans don't claim Africa, so I don't claim them. And I say that from some other Africans, but I also see, we're never African enough. And that's where they end the story. Like, no, there is deep hurt. There's so much deep hurt in our continent between both groups. And I know, like, I studied, and I'm going to wrap up really quickly in like about 2 minutes. I studied African studies, and part of it is seeing the experiences of, different groups of people. And the hurt is there, and I think if we have to move forward, we also have to acknowledge the fact that it's not just anti-blackness, it comes with violence, right? Because I've heard people say, it's not like that here, or that's not my experience, but I've actually studied and seen the experience of some Black Africans. Obviously not all, you can never homogenize an entire community or experience, but it does exist. So I think a lot of what you guys are saying are really great. The last thing I did want to address is, as someone who loves Africa and is extremely pro-Africa, I do identify as Black, and I think many people identify as Black due to a shared experience of colonization as well as the rise of Pan-Africanism. Many Black Africans have embraced that term because it's a shared experience of anti-Blackness. So while it was imposed by the colonizers and it's come with a lot of violence, I think many African people have chosen to reclaim that word. So I think we can acknowledge both. So while I'm extremely pro-Africa and pro all Africans, North, South, West, East, Central, everybody, I am also proud to be a Black woman. I'm proud of the efforts that many Black people have experienced and have paved the way, as well as proud of Africa. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing.
I
appreciate it.
actually love what she just said. I love everything she just said.
Yeah,
Even
pretty
though
much.
I was in disagreement about the Black thing, she really just convinced me.
Yeah.
I got a quick question.
That was really good.
Rams, go ahead, Rams.
Yeah, I want to ask, anyone on the panel, because we keep talking about Morocco and Algeria and all this, north, but I want to ask about the tribalism. Like, why is it such a big thing that, like, I know lots of Somalis, Sudanese, Nigerians, Ghanaians. Why is it such a big thing where if one person's from a certain tribe and another one's from a certain tribe, there's like these infights between people? Why is that a big thing?
Who wants to answer that? But does it really matter though in the grand scheme of thing? Does it really matter?
Exactly. If we're trying to unite a country, why is it so important? And North African countries suffer the same thing. Like, one person from this region is fighting another person from this region. Like, why is it a big thing? That's what I never understood.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Listen, this idea of like tribal wars, it's often like very exaggerated. Like, most Africans are not just fighting each other. It's kind of overly exaggerated, but it does happen, and it's mostly due to scarcity and weak institutions. And again, that's why I always keep talking about the economy, because the economy is really the only way we can fully unite Africa, right? Like, in my opinion, right, when we say like how Africa can unite, it's just, well, unity only becomes real when businesses, farmers, and workers are saying, if these borders close, I lose money. So if the businessmen, the farmers, the workers all say, oh wait, if I stop trading with this other African countries, if I stop trading with this African country, then I'll lose money. That's how Europe integrated too, by the way. Economics first and then politics much later. So once we stop the scarcity and we unite economic-wise, then everything else will come slowly. Once we make visas, I know someone else brought this up, visas easy and accessible, and we start marrying, people start traveling, marrying, working in other places, everything else comes second, you know what I mean? That's like the main way, because if our economics are not there, we're going to keep talking about racial division and politics. Okay, let's say we're all united politically, and we're still broke. What is going to happen from that?
Yeah.
I'm Black, I love you. I'm North African, I love you. What do we gain from that? We're still broke. We're still controlled.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Let's give her a chance. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to say, I feel like a big issue as well that
is just prevalent within Africa is the fact that a lot of our communities and a lot of our countries they just lack diversity. Like a lot of people have only seen one thing their entire life, and that is typically the ethnicity that they are. Like I'm Moroccan and I only really see Moroccans. Like sure, there are small populations of other people that have immigrated there, but for the most part, like I honestly think that Africa isn't a huge continent where people are like immigrating to. I think that people are immigrating out of it. And I think that like as people who have I mean, I can speak as someone who had immigrant parents that left Morocco and came to America for like better opportunities, but it's like we grow up in like gaining an education and having opportunities that like people back home don't have, and it's important for us to just go back to our countries and give that education that we're all talking about. It's important to like put things into our economy and do things like why use our wealth and why use our resources on countries that don't even like us. Like I'm from America, I am not liked here, you know what I mean? But it's like I can prioritize and like capitalize off of the things that I have essentially like succeeded in here and take it back to our country. So I think it's important for us all to go back to our countries and like try to honestly build it from there.
Okay. All right. We're gonna do this last round, and before I close the show, so we're gonna give each person. We're gonna start from the bottom. We're gonna go up. So Silas Pro, everybody gonna have just about a minute or two to share your last thoughts, and hopefully we know we have moved this conversation further enough to think about that we are in the building stage of more of solution-oriented mindset. All right, go ahead, Silas.
So we're using the last thought. It's always it's never a last thought, like that's
But,
you know,
I mean,
show for the night.
That's what I said.
My thing here, like I was saying earlier,
Anyway.
right? Like I said earlier,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Thank you.
consciousness. Go back to reality. Know yourself, believe in yourself. Know that Africa is the mother of all nations. That
Education.
we have to come together. We can do better because we was better one time. We was up top. We're not here to be better than everybody else, but it is what it is. So we have to go back to who we are and better ourselves. Stop depending on people who can serve us because they will never serve us.
Mm-hmm.
We have to save ourselves.
True.
And be conscious about it. That's my say.
Thank you, Silas, bro. And I'm gonna put you down. I mean, disconnect. Okay, Sam. Next one in line. Safa. What's
Wait, sorry. Could you repeat your question?
Yeah, sure. What are your last thoughts? So this is your closing remarks on the topic itself, or something that you haven't said that you found that okay, you wanna end the show tonight with.
Honestly, my biggest thing is that we're just worried about other people when we need to be worried about ourselves and our own continent. I think that we just have too much outside noise that has clearly divided every single topic, whether it's economic, political, geographical, whatever it is, linguistic. We need to just stop worrying about others, the West, our colonizers, our conquerors, and worry about ourselves, worry about our interconnectedness of the continent. And yeah, thank you though.
Thank you, Safa. All right, well said. Okay, Sabrina. Let's see.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. For me,
Same question.
I think what I really, really want to urge people to do is also, I think a lot of us get our news and our information from social media, and it's important to understand that like certain algorithms are always pushed. And I think that it's important to also prioritize, like when wanting to learn something, doing your own research, making sure that these are like good sources. And also, if you have the means, visit the country, you know, like get to know more about Africa. Like it's hard to speak about a continent where you haven't visited the other countries and speak on experiences or have your thoughts and opinions on somewhere that you've never visited. So I think it's just important to show love to every country, embrace it. I mean, whether people like it or not, we're all in the exact same continent and we share borders. So
True.
yeah.
True. And even with Aisha Speed's tour, he gave us, he should be, at this point, we should have more courage and more understanding of how Africa is, and from seeing it from, from his live stream, to give us courage to say, okay, well, I want to visit that country. I want to see this country. Oh, this looks so beautiful. I want to be part of that culture as well. Well said. And user.
Yeah. Okay. My last statement is Africa is not divided because the people are just naturally separate, but it's divided because the colonial borders and bad politics made identity a lot more important and powerful than economics. And the real truth is the most important thing for the unity of Africa is the economy. When Africans trade with each other, build industries with each other, create jobs, and make money across borders, division becomes expensive and cooperation becomes smart. And we all know money is what every person on earth strives for, right? Money and stability.
Yeah.
And once division becomes expensive, unity is something that's smart. And every region has something valuable. We have food, energy, minerals, industry, labor. If all these strengths are connected, Africa can totally sustain itself. And the last thing is about the identity and the racism. When we open borders, people will stop believing propaganda and saying those people, North Africans, East Africans, when one of their cousins marries one, when their businesses depends on one, when their doctor or engineer or coach is one of them.
True.
Mixing is the enemy of ethnic, and that's all I'm gonna end with.
Thank you, user. Thank you. You
Thank
do
you
have a
also for
good night.
letting me up, and the slide was so amazing, man.
All right,
Keep
man.
doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Appreciate it. On that note, guys, if you want to find out what I do, also, I also do live stream in the evening, but not every time. But you can also find the link in my bio to get in touch with me if there's anything that you would like to discuss and in terms of elevating your lifestyle. Ahmed, you up?
Yes. My final
Final thoughts.
is we have to understand
Thank you,
that
Rams.
when the colonizers left, they didn't really left. They made our economies, the structure of the economy is exploitation of our the raw materials, the raw resources to send easily to Europe or to America. You have all Africa has big ports and railways to the big ports to exploit those raw materials. So if Africa wants to be independent, you will get a big fight. It is because you are not free yet. You have a really big fight because the big powers have big interests in those countries. They don't want you to be economic independent. Look like China, they are now hated because they are economic independent. And so if they talk about color, you talk about this, you talk about that, I don't think that is a real issue. The real issue is you are not really independent. And to be independent, you have to free your mind from those Western concepts. Like I am black, I am white. You are not black, you are not white. You are a human being and you need food for your family, to eat well, to have a house, to have a good education, to live free, to live in prosperity. So that's what I think.
Thank you, Ahmed. Yeah, exactly. On that note, guys, if you haven't followed my account as yet, we're gonna have many discussion like this open, and I will suggest that you do it right now. Thank you, Ahmed, for sharing. All right, Rams, you up. Yeah.
Okay, so Super knows, we've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah.
So like, for example, I would say in my situation, my parents came over to London, and I've been like born and raised in London, but from Morocco. I go there all the time, and I like to travel the world. I like to see different cultures. So number one thing, if we're talking about solution, is I would say education. A lot of people kind of need to open their eyes and see the world for what it is, and just look at different cultures and different things. Because you can be stuck in one place. And for example, let's say you're Moroccan and all you ever know is Moroccan heritage, Moroccan culture, but you've never been to Senegal, you've never been to Tanzania, you've never seen the world for itself. When you start going around and meeting other people and becoming friends with them and connecting with them, the whole idea of like, better than you or they're better than them. It just vanishes. If I'm talking about an individual basis, because suddenly like you start meeting people, like for example, all the people that I've met in London from all the different countries, Somalia, Sudan, South Africa, it's like your perception of what you think who is superior, it doesn't matter. You realize that it's just completely useless and it doesn't benefit, progression. I would say we need to strengthen our ties with trades, make sure each country benefits from gathering trades from other countries, unifying everything in terms of resources. We've got natural resources that we can exploit to help our people out. And at the end of the day, just please don't let, the Europeans laugh at us and look at us as a continent of just people scrambling for different tribes and heritage and stuff like that. It's just never going to work out. So I think let's just, like I said, open our minds to just meeting people. Like even with Super, with this live that he's doing, like look at how all of us are just talking and having this conversation. That's the kind of thing that needs to be done. Just, none of this whole like, I'm better than you, you're better than me. Let's just break it down and just talk like human beings, I'd say, and just experience other cultures.
Thank you, Rams. Exactly. Experience other cultures. And that's how you're going to have an open mind in terms of see what could be done. What are the opportunities also that different cultures can offer. Thank you, Rams. Let's move on to Tausi or Tasi. Tausi. All right, let's move forward with.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. How you doing?
Okay. This is really I listen all the time for years, but I've never spoken. And and this is really like this other gentleman said, it is really the best forum I've heard on African issues. And I have a lot of opinions which we cannot cover tonight, but hopefully you'll have more sessions and we can talk about them.
Sure. Yeah.
One, my suggestion is this, okay? For Africa to succeed, the individual African countries will have to identify their problems, come together, take the common problems, and come up with a common solution that can be used all across. And then, of course, education has been repeated. Education is a key, but what education? Educating people. The biggest problem I see with Africa is population control. If you cannot control the population, because the majority of Africans do not pay taxes, so you cannot come up with viable solutions without money. You have to have the money. To build the economy, you have to have the money. So until you identify the problems, somebody mentioned China. What did China do in order to be where they are today? They had to control the population. So there are a lot of problems, but we're not going to address them all tonight. But it's a very good start.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. I would really like to hear and pick your mind about the population control agenda or that segment of the conversation, because are you for, so basically you are saying that you are for population control for the sake of that people can pay tax basically, or that they can, everyone who's on the continent can somewhat contribute to the overall growth of the continent. Is that what you're saying?
No.
What do you mean?
I've identified is this. Okay, I was born in Africa, but I've lived in the U.S. for a very long time. Since I was essentially since high school, let's say that way. The problem is this: I was born in a village. Okay, the majority of people in the villages do not pay taxes. However, they expect the government to provide them with all the services. That's impossible.
Yeah.
While they're having kids and, it's just it's the receiving but not contributing to the economy. That is the biggest problem. No government can afford to do that.
Sure. All right. Maybe next time we can unpack what you just said. And I have a lot of questions I'd like to ask, but Yeah, we are short of time. Thank you, Tarsi.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. So have a good night, and we'll keep in touch. We'll talk later, sometime in the future. Hi, Vicky, and the last. I hope.
I would say good evening, brothers and sisters. This is Africa. I am African American, but I do plan on making
Welcome,
my life in Africa.
Mhm.
But when I look at Africa, one of the things I see, and what I'm hoping to, I'm actually looking to find people I can connect with, because what I want to do is help empower people with careers, build businesses and networks of businesses. That's what I'm interested in doing. I think that will help the people, but I also believe in building businesses, that you have to build businesses in an area where the leadership does not feel like the people are disposable, where they feel a kinship for their brother and sisters, like Burkina Faso and the Sahel states, where they feel they understand the powers of the West and what they're trying to do. And if you don't have a leadership who can understand that manipulation and who will sell out their people for a few coins, then it's going to still be hard to get the country to come together. But I believe in working with those countries who have great leaderships who understand that by my people doing well, my country would do well. So I'm actually looking to, that's where my heart is. I would like to build up some manufacturing places for people in areas where they need income. And instead of letting all the money go into China, let the money go into Africa, build a network from Africa to the West or other places as well, where we can get clothes made from the people in Africa. Let them build out. Why are we buying everything from China? Buy from Africa. Let those young people be empowered. Let them develop their careers. Build hospitals and schools there. So yes, that's what I believe. But I think you have to start with states, with countries where the leadership understands. And the one last thing I want to say, I think that Africans are divided, to me, from the outside looking in, because of tribal mentality. When you're Black in America and you live with oppression, you see color as your tribe. That's why no matter how they identify, whether they call themselves Black Americans, African Americans, FBA, whatever they are, people, you see them as a tribe. Your color is your tribe. You're going to move and help them because you identify with the oppression and what they go through. And unless we can look at each other and see the oppression of another person of color, because I know what they said, I heard what they said, and I love the Algerian people and stuff, but I would never go to Algeria after what I saw with Joe Speed. I would never go to Algeria, and I heard a lot of Black people say they're never going to Algeria, because if you have not lived in this skin and experienced that oppression, you won't know what it means. So you can't identify what that is.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would like to have more Algerian to talk about this. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Vicky, for sharing. Because I think what Vicky saw, probably I've seen it too. I don't know. I would like to. I think Sarah was from Algeria, but she's living in the U.S. But I would really like to have this conversation with Algerians. So last person again, Dr. Love.
Hello, guys. My name is Dr. Love. I'm originally from Congo, but I live in the US. It's a very great topic. Just very briefly, I think, the sister nailed it, the mentality of tribalism.
Dr. Love.
And also, let's say about poverty. Not everywhere in Africa there is poverty, but, we can agree, me and you, that a lot of places,
One moment.
without jobs, without industries. And then when people are different in terms of culture and mentality, and they are also faced with like poverty, it just makes matters worse, because you start to fight for the small resources that there is. I think that African countries should have a very strong leadership that will be concerned with building businesses, supporting small businesses and building infrastructure like the rail system so that people can travel. Even the people who live in the smallest village in Ethiopia can be able to go to Congo and do business with the Bantu people over there. Let's say people from Guinea-Bissau can go to South Africa. We just need to mingle and intermix. That's why you see some people from South Africa, they don't like some of the people immigrating there because they think that people are going there to, to just take their resources and use their infrastructures. So I just think if we start in individual countries, if we start to honestly serve our people and to deal with poverty, eventually we're gonna have a unifying culture because people with education, people's mentality is gonna be open. People are going to travel more. People are gonna do business more. And we're gonna start liking each other. If I go to South Africa, I don't go there just to live there.
Thank
or
you,
for
bro.
the greener pasture, I just go there maybe to travel with my wife and kids because I'm well off in Congo or I'm well off in Gabon. Yeah, so
Yes.
that's it.
Thank you, Doctor.
This is gonna.
Thank you, Dr.
so
Love.
much.
Maybe you can. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Love. All right.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Sarah, I was saying, I think, well, I don't want to give you guys homework, but if you guys have free time, watch the I Show Speed live stream, or even, yeah, the live stream in Algeria. Like, you guys can tell me what you think about it. But Sarah, that's what I was talking about. Some people saw something different or of how I Show Speed was being treated while he was in Algeria, and they say that it's not a country that they would like to visit. Share interest in solution support should make this as global village Africa. Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's see. What's up, Jerry?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Hey, thanks for the opportunity. Yeah,
Sure.
it's a really great subject to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
As an African, I mean, I'm glad to see something like this that can join all Africans together. I mean, I commend you for that.
Thank you.
To build Africa, you have to build its people.
Mm-hmm.
You can't build a house without a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
The kids of Africa are the foundation, generation by generation. Protecting the impressionable mind, giving them the education that they want, making them proud of their roots, their heritage, their attachment to their religion, whichever religion it is. That is, and there is a pride and legacy in that. Now, nowadays kids, in my household, anyone's household, what they see on TV, oh, it's cool. Everybody want to get rich. Everybody want to cut corners. Everybody want to do like what they see on TV. But we don't teach our kids that everything you do in life, you should be proud of because you have to earn it. There is a sense of pride in earning things. Education is the foundation. Health is the foundation. You have to recognize that there is danger around you. Teaching kids the value of money. Like, don't spend money because it's given to you. Paying taxes doesn't make a difference if you pay taxes or not. Like somebody talks about taxes. No. If you are happy making $100 or not happy making $100 a month on an African budget, you're not going to still be happy with $1 million in your pocket because what makes you happy is your family, your extension of life, how you see life, how you see your country. The trend in Africa, in most countries, and I speak for certain people that I know, and I don't want to talk in general.
Yeah, speed it up, Jerry.
You reach.
Can you? Yeah, go ahead.
I'll sum it up.
Yeah, sum it up.
Basically, we have to change our mindset to be a public servant for the country. Change our mindset to do what's better for the greater good for Africa, not being selfish. There's a lot to say about this, but this is just
All right.
On the iceberg.
Sure. Next time, you guys. Okay. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you for coming up and sharing your thoughts. So, all right, guys. that was the end. So if you haven't done that already, I would appreciate it if you guys follow, turn on your notification, so next time we have this conversation that you'll able to share